Hey guys, before we get into the podcast, Macro Foods, ready-made meals that actually hit your macros. Tasty, high-protein meals designed to fuel your goals without the prep time. Head to macrofoods.com.au and use MTP10 for 10% off all your orders. Go now, macrofoods.com.au, use code MTP10 for 10% off all your orders. Portion, 100% natural single ingredient Aussie dog food. No fillers, no nasties, just real high protein treats like kangaroo jerky and goat trotters. Go to portion.com.au, use Muscle Talks 25 for 25% off your first order and Muscle Talks 10 for 10% off continued orders. Primabolics, Australia's favorite supplement company, proteins and pre-workouts and more. Go to primabolics.com.au and use code MUSCLETALKS15 for 15% off all your orders. primabolics.com.au, MUSCLETALKS15 for 15% off all your orders.
I got one of the trainers at the gym. I said, just give me a food plan. I just want to follow something. I need to be accountable, just want to drop a couple kilos. And I started just, getting back on track. And, he kept saying, are you going to compete? Just compete. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to follow it like I'm competing, but I don't want to get on stage. I got to a point following, this plan where I was, sneaking in a few treats here and there, have a cocktail on the weekend. Then my weight wasn't dropping and I was not impressed with myself. So I thought, okay, you know what? I need a more serious goal. So let's do it. We'll compete. And that was only about 8 weeks out of the nationals. So anyway, went for it, did the national comp, the A&B Pro Show. It's as fitness model, held my title as a national champion. And then my friend rang me. She helps organise, athletes going to DFAC, and she's the director of A&B, Jen. She said, so what do you think? Do you want to go to Worlds? It's in 2 weeks. And I was like, you're kidding, right?
2 weeks.
They say 70% is your food, 30% training. You can't out-train a bad diet. Following the path, training well, dieting, doing the posing, but they might be a bit flat on the day because they didn't pump up properly. So compared to others, and it depends who else is on there at the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's why you can't be thinking of that, as a competitor either. You just have to be the best you can be, follow your plan, check in with your coach, not be confused by other people's opinions, because there are so many ways to do it.
Yeah.
And you just have to stick to one way, check in with your coach, and that's it.
She's danced, did gymnastics, well, only for 4 years actually. Loved spelling, reading, PE and maths, but not much of a creative writer. Shy once, not anymore. Then again, maybe she's still shy. Wanted a fast car once, possibly still does. Teacher, cheerleader, bikini and fitness model competitor. Judge, loves to get brides to be toned. Please help me welcome. It's quite simple. Move more, adjust eating habits, rest, and be happy. Mel Fury. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, how are you?
Good, thanks. Do you still want a fast car?
Yes. It's always a nice idea.
Is it?
But I think as you get older,
Which
you feel
girls
you need
want
to
fast
be
cars?
a bit more responsible.
Really?
Just,
Well, what fast car do you want? What's a fast car to
I just
Mel?
want to drive one,
You've never driven a fast car?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
What have you
When I was
driven?
younger. Porsche.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the model.
Yeah.
200SX, I guess.
Oh, yes.
S13 or 14, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of times, yeah. Scared myself when you get... Anyway.
Oh, when you
we won't talk about what speed we got to.
We won't talk about it? No, but they're pretty fast cars.
No, just, fun. But yeah, always sort of would be cool to go out on the track and just
race on the
pedal,
track,
just
huh?
hit the pedal, but
What car would you get?
other
If you
ventures.
get any car you want, any car, what car would you get?
That's a real tough one. That's a really
Take your
tough
time,
one.
you've got
I
2
know.
hours here.
Yeah, 2 hours, great. Okay. Maybe come back to that. No, I've always wanted to even check out a Maserati. I don't know too much about them, but they just look really cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
I don't know.
Maserati.
But a Lambo would be pretty
A
cool.
Lambo?
Yeah. Are they fast?
I see it with a
They seem
Lambo.
fast.
Easy. Yeah, I see you with a Lambo, especially with dark glasses on.
Oh, yeah?
And not smiling.
Hmm.
Because you look too friendly. So we've got to put some glasses on you.
Okay.
And don't smile. It was funny. I'll tell you a funny story. I've got a Harley Davidson, right? And I've had it for nearly 30 years, right?
Nice.
And I remember when I used to take, like, this includes my sisters, but when I used to take girls on the back of it, right?
Yeah.
So any girl that used to hop on the back, you know, they're always a little bit nervous, and they would say, like, oh, what do I do? You know, and I just said, and I'd tell them how to, you know, relax on them, what to do with their legs, kind of thing, their feet. But I said to them, when you're on a Harley, you don't show your teeth. No one smiles on it. So you might be having a good time, but don't smile. You're going to ruin the image. Because all I need is me riding like this, and the girls behind going,
super excited.
it's really good.
Yeah.
So I said, we don't smile.
Yeah.
No smiling, no teeth.
Yeah.
And they go, got it. And that was it. So everyone had a prerequisite. We don't smile when we get on a Harley.
Yeah, I don't think I do. My husband's got a Harley, and
oh, has he?
when I'm on it, I'm normally like just gritting my teeth and turning my head to the side so I don't get, you know, dust and everything.
Why?
I don't wear the full face.
Why don't you just enjoy it?
Full face helmet. No, I do
there's
enjoy it.
There's no full face on Harley Davidson.
No.
That's another prerequisite.
Yeah, so no, you just don't want the dirt to go into your mouth. Why would
Really?
you? Why would you show your teeth? Yeah.
Are you a neat freak?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Not always. Just don't want, you know, dust flying around in my teeth when you're on the bike. Yeah.
I think I've copped a fly in my, rock in my. Sometimes when I've forgotten my glasses, like my motorbike glasses or whatever I'm wearing, and it's a cold night and you're riding home and your eyes are tearing up.
Oh yeah. And the
like,
wind.
oh my God, you're trying to see. But
yes.
yeah, well, we've learned that you just don't like sitting on the back of a Harley.
No, I do.
What kind of Harley has he got?
Oh gosh.
It's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure
I couldn't tell you that.
You couldn't tell me?
No, don't know the model. Yep.
Has he had it for long?
A couple of years, but just doesn't take it out very much.
It's like that.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not
No.
It's. You could take it out, but it's. Yeah, it's not an everyday bike. Sometimes.
Yes.
Depends. If I start riding it every day, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Like it's like a scooter. But if I haven't ridden for a while, it's literally like I'm driving a 18-wheeler semi-trailer.
Yeah. It's a bit of effort required.
It is a bit of effort.
It's almost like you're training.
Does he put all the gear on? Like, you know, the leather jacket and the boots.
Not really.
And the belt buckle.
No.
It was so funny.
No.
Again, another story. We're not going to get into bodybuilding, but one time again, I ride my Harley with my thongs, right? So I ride them with my thongs, singlet, you name it.
Yeah.
Mate, boardies, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And one time, this guy from out west, we were going to a Harley Davidson, some kind of Christmas party during the day. It was at Tempe, Harley Heaven. And he came with his partner, and it was a kind of warmish day, but they had the leather trousers, the leather vest, the leather jacket, the leather gloves. What didn't they have? And when they pulled over, they're taking all this stuff off, like it's about half an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, just t-shirt and jeans. I'm gone. Let's go. I'm gone.
Yes.
Like that looks too hard for me. So, but when you first get a Harley, you do like to wear the ghetto. You like to dress up. You have everything. Harley Davidson,
especially in winter.
Harley Davidson belt buckle.
Oh yeah.
Harley Davidson something. Everything's Harley Davidson. Everything. Even the sunglasses.
Nice.
But not anymore. It's just thongs, jeans, t-shirt. It's plenty. You never know. You might want to walk in the sand. Okay, what's the first? Oh my gosh, the first one. Yes, there you are on stage at DFAC, and your caption says, "Still wondering when I'm going to have." No, I'm still wondering if I'm going to wake up. So I can't even read my doctor's writing. Still wondering when I'm going to wake up from this dream. What an absolute adventure these last 2 weeks has been. Please explain us that. And have you woken up? Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who is following us on all platforms, but especially here on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please, if you could do us a big favor, which helps us reach more people, get better, bigger, greater. We've already had some great guests anyway. Everyone's been a treat. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified every week a new podcast that is launched. And I just want to say a big thank you. But again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and enjoy watching Muscle Talks podcasts.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. So that year, 2022, I actually wasn't planning to compete at all. Just, train my clients, get on with life, day-to-day, training. But I got to a point sort of, I guess over winter, you get comfortable, maybe not training as hard, maybe not following your healthy eating plan as well. And I was putting on a bit of weight. I was a bit uncomfortable. So anyway, I got one of the trainers at the gym. I said, just give me a food plan. I just want to follow something. I need to be accountable, just want to drop a couple kilos. And I started just, getting back on track. And, he kept saying, are you going to compete? Just compete. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to follow it like I'm competing, but I don't want to get on stage. And anyway, I got to a point following, this plan where I was, sneaking in a few treats here and there, have a cocktail on the weekend. Then my weight wasn't dropping and I was not impressed with myself. So I thought, okay, you know what? I need a more serious goal. So let's do it. We'll compete. And that was only about 8 weeks out of the nationals. So anyway, went for it, did the national comp, the A&B Pro Show. It's as fitness model and held my title as the national champion. And then, just went to buffet dinners, breakfasts. I was having the time of my life. And then my friend rang me. She helps organise, athletes going to DFAC, and she's a director of A&B, Jen. And she said, so what do you think? Do you want to go to Worlds? It's in 2 weeks. And I was like, you're kidding, right?
2 weeks?
I said, I don't think so. She's, and because of, obviously, COVID lockdowns over the last, the years prior, they had an organised team to go. It was difficult to travel and all that. But at this point, everything was open. It was fine. So, we had a chat with the coach and a few other people, and people in the gym were just really encouraging. They're like, yes, just do it. You have to go. And I honestly thought it was a joke. But I said, well, there's no way I can afford it. Like, to book a flight to, it was Cayman Islands. I kind of didn't even know where that was, but I just knew it was far. Yeah. So, Caribbean sounded nice.
Anything
but
island too.
Yeah, so it sounded pretty cool. I said, no, I just can't, without sponsors, I can't do it. So that was going to be the deciding factor. And on sort of the last second, we managed to get a few sponsors to pay for the flights, some accommodation. DFAC, the promoters over there, helped us out with some accommodation and, a few other things there. So I have, honestly, like sponsors to thank, the members at the gym, just people being really encouraging, because I just thought, no, there's no way it's going to happen. So it really was a whirlwind thing, like booked on the Friday after the nationals, flew out the Monday, and then the comp was on the Saturday. So it was just like bang, bang, bang. Intense. It really was a whirlwind. It was like a dream, sort of, yeah. It's crazy.
Being that you took 8 weeks, what do you usually take to do a comp?
About 12 to 16.
Right, 12, so you did 8. So you got there, you held your title. What made you, besides everyone believing in you, what made you think you were a contender to take all that and go overseas? Or were you surprised how you turned up? I mean, were you surprised like, oh my God, it's different if me and Chris give you money to go overseas and compete, but you can take that money as a little holiday and really not turn up to compete. Like we don't, like, but you must have, I don't think well, you don't, but you don't seem the type that will take money if you didn't know you were competitive. Because
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is everyone can say you can do it, but
I had to believe it
you have
myself.
to believe you were competitive
100%.
because their money has to be shown in you competing.
Of course, yeah. So I guess what did make me actually decide to go for, you know, the nationals in the first place was...
And the buffet.
And then the buffet, yeah. I did have prior scans for where I was at from my previous shows. So I used like an in-body scan or DEXA scan. And I actually compared what I was at that point to, say, my last competition in 2019. And the numbers were pretty similar. So my muscle mass, my body fat percentage, it was very similar. Obviously, going into another comp, you want to improve and you want to have more muscle and more everything. But I thought, you know what, at least I'm not worse than where I was. So this is a good sign. So I knew that it was achievable to lose that certain amount of body fat to be in sort of the same shape, if not slightly better. So that's where I went for it. And then from nationals, I looked, I felt better. I felt more confident. My posing was better. My shape was different. Every year that you compete or every season you compete, your body changes. With each year of training, each, block of training that you do, your body resets and changes. So that's definitely something that I noticed, and that made me go, okay, I have to do it. And I just pushed, and I just, was going to the gym at 9 o'clock at night, doing the extra steps, getting on the Stairmaster just to, continue to get that body weight lower. So it was tough, but I think it made me just work harder, knowing that, these people believe in me and they're investing in me. So of course I'm going to, give it everything. So, and the owner of Wicked Sister, he said to me just before we left, he said, well, make sure you win. And I went, yep, that's it. We got to do it. So
I saw some photos with Wicked Sister. Is that an Australian company?
Yes, yeah. So, very grateful for Wicked Sister, Andrick Constructions, even Neo's. So,
how'd you get the chicken people to do it?
Good group of people that supported me. And, so, obviously I took it sort of as a business opportunity, and it was work. So, if you've got good work ethic, I guess you are going to try your best there as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Is it... I suppose sponsors, is that hard to come by or easy to come by?
I guess you really have to put yourself out there. You have to talk. You have to ask. You have to start a conversation.
And how do you know what they should give you, or do you just bank on what they? I
had no idea, to be honest. I didn't know.
I'm just saying, and this is where it's crazy.
Yeah, and I didn't
because we don't have marketing people to say, you're worth this much, and this is the pocket for this, and this is the pocket for that, and this is what...
Yes, you're right, definitely. And I didn't really know, but I just knew that obviously if someone's putting money into something, they want to make it worth it, or, from a business perspective, thinking of marketing, if you're putting money into something, you want some kind of return, whether it's, brand awareness, but obviously to generate more income. So there's got to be some kind of a value for that as well. Like you're paying for marketing, people pay for advertising, pay for commercials. So it's getting that brand out there. And I thought, well, I guess I could be that person to help with that brand awareness. So I just put together, and this is, I guess, where the teacher brain comes in as well, as I put together a little proposal, wrote down what I believed I could commit to, outlined what I needed, and obviously then it was open for discussion. I just felt I had to have something to start with.
We must be doing something wrong here, Chris. We need to get a teacher involved to help us write our bloody marketing proposals for sponsors. That's good. That's cool. Okay, because I saw you. All right, so I saw Wicked. I mean, might as well get Wicked Sister.
Yes.
It's yogurt.
So, yeah, they've got high protein yogurt. It started with desserts.
Huh?
They started with a rice pudding.
Oh, I love rice pudding.
Yeah, I love rice pudding too.
It's high in protein, is that what it is?
But then they've gone on to the high protein snacks, which are
Who is
great.
it? What's their name?
Sorry?
What's their name?
Paul.
You're going to have to put me in contact with them.
Yes.
I'm thinking Paul, Chris.
No, but
wicked.
you just go to
Where do I go?
any supermarket. They have that.
Paul's not there. I've got to talk to Paul about marketing.
Oh, I don't know. You might have to talk to the marketing team.
It's grown too big for us
it's grown
now.
too big,
Bloody
man.
Paul, but hey, he just got a lot of mention.
Yes.
It's got to be worth something.
Yeah, no. They're great. I include them in some of my clients' food plans, and, it's always a way to get those sweet treats in your food plan. Yeah.
What about Neo's Grill? Was the red coleslaw salad that good?
Oh, they've got so many different salads.
I
So
know, they've got very good salads, don't they?
If you haven't been, you've got to try them.
Chris, you been to Neo's?
Oh,
Chris, mate.
you got to do
I don't
it.
know where you are. You haven't lived. But then again, another one. I'm going to be... is it George? His name's George. What are the people's names?
There's a couple of them, yeah. So there's...
Might have to get them on board here too as well.
Yeah, Theo, Nick, George.
I'm going to have to talk to them. It's all Greek names.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I saw you presenting the chicken, presenting the potato
Yes.
salad, whatever it was.
And that was a good experience in itself,
I know.
It pushed me out of my comfort zone too to
You did a great job.
be on there, so that was good.
It was good. It was good. They had some of their staff there. I know.
Yes.
No, they do pretty good chicken. I've got to. And who was the other one?
Andrick Constructions, yeah. So they're...
There you go. You're a builder now too,
yeah,
are you?
builder,
She's
everything.
a qualified builder too, Chris. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Chris is a builder too, just in case. Has
Awesome.
he got a have these guys got marketing departments as well? Or do I go direct?
Maybe you can go direct. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Got to help me out here.
Why not?
All right. Maybe you'll be the first guest. We actually helped us make some money here. Just a joke. But anyway, probably not that funny. Is it funny, Chris? You're not being that funny? All right. Let's move on. Post DFAC, I believe.
Yes.
And there you are at the gym at Cayman Island. And you wrote, dreams don't come true unless you take action. If you want something and know it's absolutely possible if you follow a plan, then do the work that will get you there. If you're lost, sorry, what was that? Oh yeah, and then you, at the bottom of that post, you spoke about if you're lost for a leg day, here's a definite staple exercises for glutes and hammies. But yeah, tell us about that. Dreams don't come true unless you take action.
Well, I guess that sort of has been something that I've followed from young. I couldn't tell you where it came from or how it started on my vision, but I always used to, I think the end of the year, I would write down what I wanted to do for the year, what I wanted to achieve.
Wow. How old was that?
Maybe late teens.
Okay, that's good.
And I guess from really young, thinking of what you're going to do after school, always thought, yep, I want to do teaching. I just thought that. And then in high school, I looked into what I needed to get into uni, to become that teacher, so there's a process with everything. And then even when it came to personal training, I want to do this. What do I need to do to get that? For anyone, I guess if there's a job that they are looking for or a role in, the company, there's always requirements. There's always, prerequisites. So if you are thinking to yourself, oh, but I don't know that, well, go and learn, go do a course, go find out, speak to someone who has been there and see what did they do to get there. Because, I just think it's unfair on yourself if you just think, no, I can't do that, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good at maths, or I'm not good at this, or okay, learn, try. Everyone has their set natural talents or gifts, and then some need to work harder than others in certain areas. And that's where there's, especially nowadays, there's so much out there.
Do you need to be qualified out there? You can be qualified for anything right now. You just have to go on IG and tell people.
Well,
you can be qualified anything.
Yeah, that's another whole debate in itself.
Go on IG and proclaim yourself as a mentor, or as a mental health coach, or a posing coach.
Yeah.
Diet coach.
Well, and that's the thing, I guess.
Walking coach.
Yeah.
Whatever coach you want to be. Blinking coach.
You could, yeah,
could
I'd love to see that.
Teach people to blink. Yeah, you'd be surprised where it comes from.
Yeah,
with the online environment. You're the one that tells me
know.
you can train people in Adelaide. I might be able to train people in South Africa just how to blink. Anywhere, Ethiopia.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a job for everything these days.
All of a sudden, showing people how to blink. Yeah, so that's another story, yeah. I think, what do you think about the online world? It's changed a lot since we grew up, or I mean, I'm a bit older than you, but...
it has.
Do you think... because you said you're an online coach, and we run an online business ourselves here. Do you sometimes get sick of looking online? Like having to do all this stuff online, but also, content, following,
yes,
learning, and everything just pops up, even if you're not looking for it, it's popping up in front of you. Do you feel sometimes
you can think of something and it just pops up on your phone these days?
That's right. Do you feel like sometimes there's a bit of burnout in that? Sometimes I do.
100%.
Sometimes I say to Chris, I can't look at the phone right now, man.
Yeah.
But we have to, because we're inviting guests. I just showed you who's possibly wanting to come on.
Yes.
But that's seeing a post of his, and then I just thought, I'll reach out. But then I go, I'm not following, so I'll follow. Then suddenly I'm looking at all the clips, and then I'm trying to put a message together. And then when I finish up, I go, what about Mel? Go talk to Mel. Yes. And then what about this? And what about that? And it's like, God, I just don't want to be on my phone. Yes. And then I don't know, just mental gone. I don't know what it's called. Do you feel like that as a coach too?
100%. Yeah, it's exhaustion. It's overstimulation. Our brains are just, especially, even, sometimes my family, they they say, like, you never answer your phone. If we were offered, $1,000 to ring someone who's not going to answer, we'd call you, because you probably won't answer. But I guess it's because, well, one, I'm face to face with people. Then, when I'm not in the gym face to face sessions, yes, I'm on the phone checking emails, getting back to people. Then it's like you've got WhatsApp, group chats, family chats, and then it's like people are messaging you just on your SMS, and then it's through Insta, and then it's emailing. So it's just like so many different platforms. I do, and that's why a lot of the time I will just put it on silent, because I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. And sometimes on weekends I'll just leave my phone in the room, because then also you lose connection with who you are in the room with, present with. It's like. And I've been listening to a bit of Mel Robbins' podcast. She's great. And she says, like, sometimes people will, 5:30 in the morning, or whatever time you wake up, 6 in the morning, the first thing you do is look at your phone. We all do. Check a message. You've just invited the whole world into your bedroom at 6 in the morning. Why are you doing that? And it's so true, And I've even been thinking, to get an alarm that's just, one of those old school alarms, and the phone's outside.
Well, that's the thing.
So you can structure your day and go, like in this world, like you said, you have to do your social media posting. So it's, I guess, moving towards that time blocking, scheduling. Yeah. It's creating your own work day and saying, okay, well, whatever it might be for you, 9 till 10, where, getting back to people between 10 and 11, you're creating content or a post, and it just means there's a lot of different tasks that you have to get through, in one day, but you have to schedule it yourself. So I understand from a business perspective, it's a lot to think about.
Because like I said, you guys are online coaches and you're putting content out there, a lot of you, and I'm watching it. So I'm stop doing it, and maybe I'll stop watching it. Yeah. But also now, I don't know about you, but I think Chris was way ahead of me than that. But I look at all the analytics now, the numbers, and I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, and now probably Chris notices I'm going like, do this, because we're going to do this, and collab in with this, and this is it's like a game. And then I'm creating libraries, and then I'm creating this. I'm thinking, oh my God. and like sometimes, honestly, I'm wondering where my brain is. So it's hilarious, isn't it? Really, and obviously,
Yeah.
you guys, online coaches. This I was talking about Steve now. What's a Steve show now? It's going to be talking about Steve's problems with the online world. But do you find that? One time I was with Chris. We went to go check something out, and I left my phone here.
Mm.
And I remember Chris goes, "Oh, do you want to turn back and get it?" And I said, "No."
Yeah.
Do you know how much I enjoyed, like being in the car with Chris, but like looking around and listening to his conversation, or even if we weren't talking, but just like it was just, I honestly felt someone had pulled the curtains, and it was wonderful. The whole experience was unreal.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't, and it was an element. I'll tell you what's funny. It was an element that I didn't feel anxiety, and I don't.
Oh, good.
And the thing is, I think we feel anxiety is because we're wondering when our phone's going to beep, vibrate, or do something. Automatically, we're going to react.
Yes.
Because I didn't have it with me, I missed the call. I don't know.
That's right.
See no evil, hear no evil, whatever
100%.
it is. So do you guys, I guess when you got introduced to the online world, it must have been firstly amazing. I'll tell you why. Because you had more clients making probably better dividends because you could rustle up 10 clients in an hour instead of having one client for a whole hour. Do you sometimes feel when you're on that face-to-face, is it refreshing now? Like, this is good.
It's
this
nice
is
having that
nice.
face-to-face.
Face-to-face, in person.
Yes, and I still love it. You know, some people ask me if I just go all online, and I've thought about it. But I think to me, you'd lose a bit of that, social contact, that
you need it.
Just human interaction. I mean, okay, you're still having human interactions online,
but
it's a lot more, I guess, admin, connecting with the apps, again, messaging back and forth, that sort of thing, which is, it's a whole sort of different business as well. And it's just, it is just different. And I guess, what you can take away from, or you can also give to your face-to-face clients compared to online, it's good to have that balance as well. So with online coaching, I still sort of, I guess, invest in my, my knowledge and my passion and, checking in with them. They just don't have me, I guess, correcting them in that second moment, with their exercise technique. Sometimes, with face-to-face clients, you become a bit of a counsellor as well. You just, again, like here we are today, you go from one topic to another, and in between that, throw in your exercises and sets and reps. It's a different way to train, I guess, having the personal training side of things.
But do you find what I'm getting is, being that we went from in person, it was predominantly in person, to the online world, which I think was extremely exciting because, like I said, you can train people anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
But do you find sometimes solitude when you train someone in person, that all the gadgets are down, just you, the gym music, the client, the smiling, that connection?
Yes.
Do you find that like, this is what it's about, really?
Yes, definitely. And it is, like I said, because you're there in that moment, you can correct them, you can have a conversation. It's all in, I guess, real time. And online, it's a bit more, I guess, mentally, I wouldn't say draining, but you're using more of your, mental capacity and energy when you're doing your online coaching, because it is a lot of reading, checking things, uploading something. It's technology. You're fighting with technology all the time.
Oh, yeah. Chris has been fighting with it last
definitely,
week.
it's a good opportunity, like you said, just lifted the lid to say, well, actually, and it made me think, well, I've got friends in the UK. I've got, people I know overseas. So, hey, why not contact them? Who might they know who would be interested in online stuff?
Did that work?
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah, so I've got a friend over there and coached her for a bit, and even just from connections that you have on social media as well, from people you meet along the way. So when you're posting things, I guess people see what you do and what you're about, and eventually they might reach out and say, actually, yeah, I've been following you. I had one lady in Singapore, Philippines. So yeah, it was great to have those connections.
I like it. Tell us about Aim for Fitness. You're a PT and nutrition business. You're a PT and tell us about Aim for Fitness.
Yes,
What is
so
Aim for Fitness?
Aim for Fitness is my coaching business. So started back in 2011. I guess it was established. Prior to that, I was working at Fitness First, so I just worked under that brand. And yeah, then thought, no, I want to have my own brand, my own business name, where I can include, personal training. I can include some group training. From there, it did open doors to also do some corporate group training. Then I could connect with, there was an agency where they did a lot of corporate fitness events and health checks, things like that. I remember one company was ResMed, and we could go in and it was a full day event. They had a fitness expo inside the company. It was amazing.
Oh, right.
So, a lot of businesses are doing that, and that was, I don't know, 2011. That was 14 years ago. So, you can imagine, I guess now businesses would be investing a lot more into health for their employees as well. So Aim for Fitness, it has evolved, I guess you could say. At first it was just personal training and doing outdoor group training, and that's sort of where it would go. But obviously now, there is the online coaching aspect. Nutrition side of it. I do find, yes, being a coach, and when I first started, I just thought personal trainer, I'm just training people and, giving them a few food tips and guidance.
Leave the food to them.
I just had to look a bit more into the food side of it because, everyone says it, everyone knows, they say 70% is your food, 30% training. You can't out-train a bad diet. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, true. You can't out-train. You can't out-train a bad diet. I've never heard that before, but hearing for the first time. I think as well, I guess, I only heard about calories when I started this podcast.
Wow, see?
Which is only 103 podcasts, 2 years ago.
Yes.
And I was like, what do you mean calories in, calories out? But there's been a big debate, a big discussion about it. But I think I still believe calories are not calories. I still believe that. And the reason I'm saying that is, we can all go 2,000 calories, but what are we going to get from 2,000 calories? That is macro, micro.
100%.
And what's the end result?
Yeah.
Because if it's just losing weight, you don't really care about muscle. But if it's about putting on muscle, it's a different story about losing weight. It's about putting on muscle while trying to lose weight, which is probably the most trickiest. I think the trickiest one of all is the losing weight and trying to maintain, even build muscle, which can be done. Yeah. But it does involve a little bit of cardio as well in there as well, because you've got to find how to burn the calories. I think, I'm not a coach, but
both.
Yeah, but what I do know is, I think it's not, when I say your job, I'm not saying Mel's job, but I think it's made your jobs easier because once you realise the formula was food, which was the 70%, because back in the early 2000s and in the 90s, I guess we all thought it was just chicken and rice. Yeah. Chicken, rice, eggs, chicken, rice, tuna, eggs.
And the only bodybuilders will eat chicken, rice and broccoli.
Yeah, that's right.
It's actually everyone can.
Everyone can, but that's what, even egg whites, only bodybuilders have.
Yes.
But, that diet transitioned into the general public, which was great. But I do feel that people are, you could, like I said, I think the diet is like it's like a little cheat path that you learned. Well, I'm training them so hard, and we're not getting anywhere. But if we fix up the diet, we get them. Yes. We get them places quicker, and they feel good.
Yes, that's right.
It's about them, and trying to beat it's coming to the top of my mind now. Maybe trying to beat the frustration and the boredom, but getting them to engage and find the quickest path to where they want to go, which I think is firstly diet.
Yes. And there's different ways to do it. Well, thousands, like you said, it's a huge debate.
It is a huge debate.
And the whole calories in versus calories out, if you want to lose weight, you want to eat less calories than what you're burning. But, what does that mean? So it's really like educating first and foremost. Learn more about it. Learn what, or get clear on what your goal is. Yeah, like you said, do you just want to drop weight and you don't care if you lose muscle? Fine. Just, okay, burn more energy.
Cut out so much food.
And eat less food, you know. But you want to keep your muscle, you know, especially year after year. After sort of your late 20s, 30s, you're losing percentage of muscle mass each year if you're not trying to save it, basically. So, you know, you look at people who are in their 70s, all right?
Don't want to
what they, hopefully, you know, the ones that are training are still fit and strong and able to get in and out of the car with ease, tie their shoelace, that sort of thing. So I guess also it's important to think of the nutrition, like you said, the macros and micros. So macronutrients are the bigger sets of, you know, nutrients. So your carbs, fats, and proteins, and what each has, you know, each has a purpose. Your protein is for muscle building, muscle growth and repair. Your carbs are for energy, your glycogen in muscle. And what a lot of people don't realize is you do need carbs, a certain amount, for your energy. You know, some people say, oh, I want to lose weight, I'm just cutting carbs. Carbs are bad. And I just think, okay, let's just go back a little bit. You know, you can have carbs, but you just need a little bit at a time. You know, you want enough so your muscle, you know, to have glycogen in your muscle, so when you're training, you're not just depleting everything and then losing muscle. Like, what's the point in doing resistance training if you're not going to be able to repair and build muscle anyway? So there's just so many different things.
I think it also comes down to, like, I was once a personal trainer, by the way, I'm letting you know, back in the early 90s.
Nice.
But I trained one girl and I trained some relatives for free. I didn't train anyone.
Yeah.
And I keep telling people, it's only because I had a good job. I didn't need to leave my job. I just did it as a hobby.
Yeah, no.
I just did it as a hobby. And to be honest, the reason I didn't take it on was because I thought, if I become a personal trainer and I feel like the gym's my job, I might not go to the gym anymore. So I liked, the gym was my escape.
True.
So I just didn't want, I had a good job, but I just liked the gym as an escape, not talking to people about their, whatever it is a personal trainer does. But I always read the contents of the product. And it's funny because I don't just look at the calories. Even calories are good.
Yep.
But for me, I need to see the ingredients. I want to know how much of a percentage is chicken and how much is it all processed stuff, or how much is it really full cream milk, or is it
what's in it,
numbers?
Yes.
Like, it's just, so for me, there's such a fine line, but other than looking at the number, but looking at the ingredients. And I've discovered recently, which I'm enjoying, I'm trying a few things. I'll tell you a funny story. Yeah. When I eat red meat, like a bolognese, I actually bloat. Don't ask me why. But when I eat chicken, I lean a lot up, and I also lean up with fish. But when I eat red meat, I get gassy. But I get bloated. Like, I feel water retention. The other thing is when I involve a good carb, which at the moment I don't care what the carb. No, when I say I don't care what the rice is, just give me rice. But rice actually gives me a lot of clarity. Like, I don't feel water retention with it. I don't feel nothing. But when pasta and obviously other things, I do. But with rice, I'm like,
well, it could be the gluten in pasta.
Oh, of course. But I'm talking about even what I found as well with meat. If it's a low-grade meat, I bloat.
Yes, because you don't know what else is in it. And
that's what I mean.
The fat content.
I want to correct about the red meat. When I put the good quality red meat, it's all right.
Fine.
But when I sometimes see, you know, like someone selling like it's half price, and you go, wouldn't mind a bolognese. Yeah. But then I honestly, I used to say to myself, what is it about? Why do I feel not good with the last 5 days eating red meat? Like, I feel like lethargic.
Quality.
And I also found not having a carb in my food, I actually wasn't losing weight.
Well, there you go.
Once I introduced rice one time, I got clarity and my motor sped up, and I was actually burning calories.
Well, there you go.
So it was kind of like, you know, anyone like I said, this is where we could go to 500,000. And then they
Yeah.
say, this guy's a fucking idiot. Doesn't know what he's saying.
No.
And who's he talking to right now? But the thing is, so I think the thing is you've got to know your food. You've got to sit with it sometimes. And I find reading the back of the packs, and lately what I've discovered, which I'm really enjoying, is Cocoa Pops and rice bubbles.
Nice. That'd be good, like pre-training.
But even late night snack, go have a look at the
Just your
calories.
dessert.
Go have a look at the calories. And go look at the ingredients.
Sugar, really. Yeah.
No, go look at the ingredients.
Yeah.
You're going to freak how natural it is.
Well, I actually had rice bubbles with my protein last night.
So,
I was like, I'm going to train in the morning. I'll have some carbs. That's
yeah.
fine.
So what I'm getting is rice bubbles.
Yeah.
Go look at it, and look at all the other cereals, and they all have oil in them. Rice bubble has no oil.
There you go. Yes.
And it has
Yeah.
predominantly it's rice. Cocoa Pops is predominantly rice.
Yes.
And if you look at it, I think it's for rice bubbles to get 100 and something calories. I don't know what it is. So go for it, anybody listening. I think it's 1.5 cups to even get to 130, 140 or 170 calories. A cup and a half.
Yeah.
So you think about putting that on yogurt.
Yeah, 'cause it's about 35 grams of carbs,
Yeah,
something
but
like that.
So put all that on yogurt. You're going to be like a bit of yogurt. There's a protein yogurt,
Yes.
and you've got your rice bubbles.
Yeah.
You really hold. I think, like I said, it's kind of like there's so many. I've learned by listening to everybody now that there's so many tricks. But even rice bubbles. So it tells me, I think 2/3 of the serving of rice bubbles gives same kind of calories. 2/3. The other one was a cup and a half, right? So
yeah.
So what's that? 5/3, or three or 4/3, whatever it is. Sorry, my maths today. But have a look also at the fat. Look at the protein content. It shocks you what is sugar and what is not sugar, because a lot of the Cocoa Pops is using cocoa, barley. So there's kind of real natural ingredients that isn't spiking it so much. Where if you go and look at Nutrigrain, go look at Nutrigrain, go look at it's all wheat. It's just a different shape.
Different, yeah. And you're right. Yeah, it's good to look at the ingredients.
And I've always looked at the ingredients. It pisses everyone off because they take forever in the supermarket. And even like I do, because I go at the moment I'm trying to stay away from seed oils.
Oh yes. Yep.
And go look at your spice rack. When you look at the spice rack, all of them have seed oil. Even though you think it's just spices. No.
Yes. No, you have to look at different ones. And a lot of the time when, say, I give a client a food plan and I might not tell them exactly what they're going to or how they're going to cook it. And some will say, oh, I add this spice or I add this. And I'm like, did you read it? Like, because some mixed spices have sugar in them.
Yeah.
So especially, if you're prepping for a comp or, like as you said, you do want to lose a bit of weight, you have to look at everything.
You do.
Or a sauce, you think, oh, it's just sauce. But, okay, that teaspoon might have, how much sugar or, that, what was that other one, that mayo that everyone was crazy about? I never got into it, but Kewpie? What's Kewpie mayo? Full of fat.
Yeah.
It's very high calories.
Yeah.
So again, it's just, being educated. Well, okay, if you do want to have that, but maybe just watch the portion, because in your day, and that's where, again, education, everybody is different, someone who's 6 foot tall, 100 kilos will need more calories for them to function than someone who's 50 kilos and, 150 centimeters tall. So you can't, just say, oh, everyone should have 2,000 calories a day or everyone should have this. Well, everyone has different energy requirements. Like it's like a full drive and a Toyota Corolla.
100%, yeah.
Different amounts of fuel, different quality of fuel.
Different, the way the motor turns, what it's doing, what it's pulling, what it's driving.
Yes.
And also, like I said, people don't, like I said, maple syrup. I mean, there's maple, like there's what's it called? Like it's not even maple syrup. It just tastes like maple syrup. But if you look, that's what I'm saying. You got to, it's $3.99. Go turn around and it doesn't even have maple. It's cane, this and that. Like it's sugar. And like I said, you just got to read. Or I feel like you got to read. Even peanut butter, high protein peanut butter.
Oh, I was thinking
and then I go grab another peanut butter. I go,
What's the
It's
difference?
cheaper and it's got as much protein in it
Yeah.
and the calories are the same.
Yeah.
Everything's the same. Or,
And that's where, you have to decide, do you want to pay a little bit extra, get, better quality product, or are you happy just to go cheap and nasty for, it depends on your purpose, depends on your goal, depends on
I think if
what you want for your body.
Yeah, I think if you master it, it's not even expensive. If you know how to work the room, which is the supermarket, if you know how to work it, you can, like I said, go find. I buy these chips. They only have olive oil in them. Go to the chip section. You're going to die how much seed oil it's got.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing. Everything is oils. It's like they're giving us motor oil.
Yes.
Got motor oil and everything, and it's true. And I found that I was looking at like even sun-dried tomatoes. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Yes.
There was a dry packet. Dry packet, so not even in oil, and then there was the oil packet. Now the dry packet was like say $4, and it was less grams.
Okay. Yep.
And then they had the one in the jar with the oil. But when I looked at how much it had sun-dried tomatoes in the jar, there was more in the dry one.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
Because I was just looking at $4, $3, 135 grams, and this was for 20 grams. But then I looked at it, said it's only got 115 grams of sun-dried tomatoes in it, so it's all the rest of the stuff that's in it. So in other words, it's such a mathematical.
I was just going to say it's so much maths. So kids, you do need maths.
We do need maths.
We need maths for life.
But I'm still trying to learn about the cooked meat and then the raw meat. But anyway, it is what it is. So you also take pride in coaching bikini and fitness models and the art of posing and stage presence.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I guess I'm not like some coaches who are mainly coaches for the stage, for competitions. I normally would just take 1 or 2 clients per season because I do have like a good base of my general population or the brides getting ready for their wedding. So I try and just have a portion of my clients dedicated to bikini modeling. Or if it's just posing for the season, then that's great as well. And the reason being is because it's such a time-framed goal and very, I guess, emotionally draining for the competitor or the athlete. And I tend to take that as well. If they've got an issue or a concern, I'm trying to help them find a way to just feel better about whatever it is they're going through. They get anxious about, like, can I have sauce? Should I not do this? I cooked in this oil or that, or going out on the weekend, it's someone's birthday. What do I do here? So it's always just navigating every week to week, navigating, I guess, those emotions, because it is, so important to them to be going on stage and in a bikini, going through a journey, their training, their food, and then putting that all together for the stage. So I love, working with the girls for that, particularly if it's their first time, because I feel like there are a lot of coaches out there who aren't safe, I guess you could say. Like, for example, sometimes I hear girls in peak week and they're like, oh, I've got to go run for an hour and I've got to do my high intensity training. I'm thinking, why are you doing that in the last week? Like, sorry, but if you haven't got down to your goal by then, that's like poor planning, or I don't know, or inexperience, or just irresponsible coaching, to be honest. And that's where the whole planning process comes into play. If you have a goal of, I want to compete on 21st of September, you have to work backwards. All right, how many weeks until that date? How much weight is safe to lose?
And is that when you do mathematics?
That's
again?
maths. It's all maths.
Hey, life is maths. I'm just meaning life
it's
is
all
maths. Everything is maths. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. And how much weight that person needs to lose. Or
I've never done that part.
Yeah.
Where I've calculated backwards. I'd like to try it one time.
Yeah.
See what a result I could have, because I've never done that.
It's funny because I actually was going through some photos the other day and I found a photo I had taken of my poster on my wall, and it was butcher's paper, and it was all written in text, and I had week to week leading into I think it was the 2019 comps, the nationals, and then the world titles in Miami, and that was DFAC as well. So I had worked backwards, and I had each week, posing practice, food prep, weigh-in, check-in, when I was checking in with my coach and that sort of thing. So a lot of planning, goes
How do you know
into
what
it.
weight you're supposed to be, though? Let's say, for example, I want to compete. Let's say I want to compete.
Yes.
At the moment, I'm weighing, I don't know what I'm weighing. I'm probably 83 kilos, maybe 84 kilos. I don't know what I'm weighing. I had a lot on my mind. But what is a stage weight? That's what I mean. How do you know?
Everyone's different.
Like, is there a set plan, like for a person that's 5'10", 5'11", and what they should weigh for a comp?
I guess roughly there's going to be a bit of a guideline. So I guess, because I've done it, I sort of know for myself. I'm 158 centimeters tall. Generally in life I've sat between, when I was younger it was more 56, 57, but as I'm getting older and more muscle, I'm about 58. When I get to 60, I know I'm pushing it a bit. So I guess knowing that for my height, I know roughly what my stage weight needs to be.
What is your stage weight?
Stage weight between around 50, 51, which is low for me.
That's not a lot from what your average is. If you're 58 kilos,
correct,
or 56, and you go to 50, I mean...
Yeah.
Some people
would.
I was ready to hear you go to tell me 48, 47,
Well,
46s.
I did get to 49 when I went to Worlds the last time, and that was the lowest I've ever been. And to hold that weight was tough.
Was it?
And I only held that for a couple of days, and it was, like I said, that final push to the end. But the way is, number one, you need a body scan. I think a body scan just will show you, or DEXA scan, it will tell you how much body fat you're holding, where it's located. The DEXA scan will tell you sort of, if it's more upper, lower, your muscle mass. So then once you have those numbers, you've got that baseline, you have that guide. Some coaches will do pinch testing, which is fine. And there's all different ways. As long as you stick to one way, one form of measurement, that's the main thing. So, don't do just pinch tests and then, a month later you're doing a DEXA, or you've got to just keep it consistent. So that would be number one. I would tell people, get the body scan. That way measurements are good. I use measurements with my clients, particularly if it's week to week or, fortnightly check-ins. And generally, if the waist is coming in, but your weight is the same or, thereabouts, then, okay, you're either putting on muscle or holding muscle, but the waist is coming in, so you're losing body fat, because you tend to hold body fat around, stomach. So it's good to just take a few different measurements, take measurements, do the body scan. You might do that once every 6 weeks if you're on a certain plan, to check in and see where you're at. So, and from a coaching perspective, I say, half a kilo is safe to lose a week. Half a kilo, because if you're trying to do any more than that, and like I said, you hear some horror stories of, I'm on 900 calories and they've still got 10 weeks to go, and I'm like, why are you doing that? That's so low just to function. For example, when you look at your BMR, so basal metabolic rate, and that's calculated, again, maths. Big maths formulas for that one. So BMR is your basal metabolic rate, and that's what your body needs to function if you were just lying on the couch all day. So you've got your digestion, nervous system, opening your eyes. That requires energy. It's like a car idling. Turn the car on, it's sitting there. It's still consuming a bit of fuel. So that's how you have to think about your body. To open your eyes, to blink, to move your mouth, lift a finger, that's muscles working. So, and that's when you also take into consideration a person's activity level. Are they sitting all day? Are they on their feet all day? And that's how then I would work out okay, well, how much extra do they need to do on top of that to get that energy output, how much weight they're going to lose per week, and then calculating it towards that date. So there's a lot of planning involved that I think a lot of people don't realise that's necessary.
Yeah, I find that people, I don't know, I feel like everyone's becoming a competition coach. Do you know what I mean? Like they've done one comp and they're on. Like it just seems everyone's a competition coach. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know who to differentiate anybody. And it seems like coaches that have been coached by coaches are just taking what the coaches have taught them and putting it in their inventory to pass it on. So it's like Chinese whispers, I guess.
Yes, and I think, look,
And I've heard as well that, is it somewhere in America? Or is it here in Australia now? That some people have to get qualified posing coach. You have to get a qualification to be a posing coach.
No, I think that's just a business.
Hey guys, as I chow down on macro foods, your true source of macro and micronutrients, I'm chowing down on teriyaki chicken. 7 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, and only 334 calories. You know, you got no excuse to not get your meals in, and I'm a true advocate for about 5 meals a day. I always get my meals in, and to make sure you get your meals in, you go to macrofoods.com.au and order now. Use code MTP10 to get 10% off. macrofoods.com.au, use code MTP10 to get 10% off. Go get yours now. Yeah, there's a business in that. Yeah, of course. There's a new any way to get your money.
It's like anyone starting I don't know.
But if a federation turns around and says we're only using qualified gyms mowing,
actually,
coaches.
I have heard some federations, and again, I'm just a bit like naive and oblivious. I don't sort of fish out who's doing what. I just do my own thing. But I have heard some federations would prefer their coaches or people who have competed in their federation. I think that's what you've heard as well. Which, look, if there's a certain way to pose, then yeah, definitely. For example, with A and B, so I'm associated with ANB, so the Australian Natural Bodybuilding Federation, and our posing style, I guess you could say, is similar to, other natural bodybuilding federations. When you're looking at the more international, like IFBB, they have a certain look or style. So some things can cross over, but some, are different, and even in more performance or flow or flair. What are the other ones that are more like a pageant style? What was it? Is it FMG now is a new one? So that's a different style again. With A and B, we have a T-walk, or some people call it a routine, where it's almost like a choreographed posing walk, which is, what I specialize in. And the main thing is learning the poses first, sort of the compulsory poses, so that when you are up against all the other girls, you can be compared equally. If you're doing a back pose, the hands are up, showing your lats, the narrowing of the waist, and everyone's doing that, so you can be compared evenly. But then, we've got that side where you get to show your personality. You do your T-walk individually, and you can showcase that as well. So there's a few different styles, I guess you could say.
No, there is. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm just watching. I mean, it seems like a lot of people, even though I know your chunk of your clients are not competitors. Like I said, the everyday people, and that's really where the money, not to say where the money is, but that's where the people are, not the stage people, because it's a limited amount, and everyone's trying to shuffle around to change coaches, go to this coach, go to that. But they're just a lot of, I don't know, just a lot of. I'm just noticing a lot of people who've done their first comp turning into posing coaches now as well. Like a lot is going. Like I wouldn't know. It's just a lot of noise. As a person just watching from the outside in.
Yeah, it's interesting. And look, I mean, if they're confident and they did well, and I guess when you're comparing yourself and you're looking at, world champions and things like that, and you're saying, well, okay, if they did well in that, then maybe that's, the right way to go. And I guess going to posing workshops, so usually federations will have their workshop prior to the competition, and I guess that's sort of where they set the scene of their expectations and standard, because some girls are like, oh, is there a certain, what's it called, type of shoe or size or height, and am I allowed to have this or not allowed to have this? Does it have to be, and different federations again will have certain requirements, but it's not just one certain way. If you want slightly more of a platform, sure. Again, depends on your height, your confidence walking in heels as well. So that's another aspect to look at. But I guess, look, for me, I became a posing coach after, quite a few competitions. Like, it was not something I thought I would be doing, when I started competing in 2010.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't even have a coach at my first competition.
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, I'm just going to eat healthy and get skinny and get on stage.
Yeah,
that's sort of how it was back then. It was more the beach body sport modeling. You trained and
showed it off.
You had abs, okay, get on stage. But then, I quickly learnt that there is a bit more involved, to get your body in the best shape or maintain muscle, more importantly.
Okay.
And getting the body fat down. So it is, quite a science when you look at that.
So when did you start competing? What was your first comp?
2010, and I did two different federations, so ANB and WNBF back then. I don't think they're around here anymore, but at that time I knew Deanne Murphy. She was associated with WNBF, and we used to actually do just like swimsuit modeling competitions together. And I had bumped into her years later, and I said, oh, are you still doing those swimsuit competitions? She said, oh, I'm doing sports modeling now. And I was interested. I thought, well, what's this? I thought, because I loved the gym and I trained, and when I used to do those swimsuit modeling comps, I would get to the finals, but I never really placed. And I used to think, what is it? Is it because I'm short? Is it, because I'm a bit ethnic looking? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I'm not blonde. So anyway, I just, had a chat with her, and she did a couple of workshops which opened my eyes to, what's involved in getting on stage for a sports modeling show. And followed a few of her tips, and I guess from that experience of modeling and dancing in presenting yourself, that helped. I guess I had that background, and like I said, tips from her with some posing. And then I also got to know Rob Powell. He was the director of A&B for many years. So that was 2010. He used to train at Fitness First Carlingford, and that's where I used to work, and I met him, and he said, you should do a show. And so it sort of happened at the same time. I had, got in touch with Deanne and spoke to Rob, so I ended up doing both federations, and they were both slightly different. WMBF was a bit more structured in the way they held poses. A&B was a little more relaxed, sports modeling. They had theme wear and all this fun stuff. So, they were different, and I loved both, but I just continued with A&B. I think my first show with them, I came second out of 20 girls.
Wow.
And that was just me, eating tuna and salad and for a few weeks, and just getting on stage. Had my dance background, so, did something on stage with that. And, I was pretty surprised that, some girls had been competing for years, and I just walked on and sort of jumped in front. So I thought, okay, there's something I could do here. And then I met a friend of mine who I'm good friends with now, and she had been in the industry for a long time and pointed me in the direction of, maybe get a coach so you can, get a bit more structured with your food and dieting. So Mike Nyston was my coach for the end of that year. I came first in the WMBF shows. A and B was a bit bigger, so again I was coming second, and I guess I was the newbie to that. So I was happy with my first year of competing, but after that I was exhausted. I did 5 shows in a year, and I was like, whoa. I'm like,
who does that?
Tired.
Yeah.
I mean, and some do, which is good, but I think obviously years have gone past, and I've matured a little bit, and I just think quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But it was good to, test the waters, try a few different federations and go, you know what, actually, I'm going to pursue this one. And I do find quite a few girls are doing that if you got the energy to do it. And that's where I guess having a coach to guide you helps as well. But it's important to be aware that some coaches are, heavily aligned with one particular one, and then politics gets involved and where they're going to put you in and what comps they want you to do. But at the end of the day, I think it should be up to the athlete. Like, if a coach is associated with one federation, that's great. But if an athlete wants to do something else, well, they should be open to trying.
I'm sure if you're coaching someone, they want to do NBF or whatever it's called. What is it called? I know, IMB.
A and B, ICN, yeah.
I know A and B, ICN. That's the one I was looking for. I know A and B, ICN. Yeah, there's heaps of them. I mean, I'm sure you've got people that want to go and do IFBB as well and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You just got to encourage them to go on and do it.
Of course, yeah. And if it's something that, might be slightly different in the way I coach something, I'll encourage them to, reach out to someone who has competed in that federation to see, their knowledge and experience and what they know about it. So I think it's important to be open to learning from everyone who's been there as well, and then finding your own feet to see where you fit, because, you may not fit a certain federation, your body type or what, different federations want. Like A and B is a more fuller, well-trained body type of look for the girls. And I think, different federations go through their waves. Some years, like, they'll want a more slim, slender muscularity look, and then other years they're wanting a bit of a fuller look. So it depends, I guess, what their criteria is. But again, you just have to work with your body and follow the training program and food plan and see how your body responds, because everyone's got a different structure as well in their actual body. What
was your favourite year of competing or favourite comp that you remember, besides obviously the DFAC one?
Yes, that's a tricky one. Like my comeback in 2018, after 8 years of not competing, that was good. But I think 2019, because 2019, I'd say was probably the best, because I guess for one, I had the same coach that I had the previous year, so Paul Haslam.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard his name.
His name.
So he's like one of the OG coaches, and
is he?
A wealth of knowledge, and he's just straight to the point. and I guess, like you asked before, how do you know how much you need to lose? And I guess with that experience, I felt comfortable that he would know, where I needed to be and what my weight needed to be.
Yeah, I think Kobe used him early on. Kobe Sagawanka, some Bali knees there. He was just he was playing right now.
Okay. Actually, I think I heard him mention Paul. Yeah. So I think 2019, because we also had, one, I had learnt all the new, I guess, tips and tricks and all this posing. That was a new thing to me. So 2018, I had worked with Laura to look at the new style of posing. Then I also improved on that for the next year, so 2019, and working with Paul, we knew what I could get to, so then we could work on how to get better and get better results. Like my leg shape changed in 1 year. It was totally different. So that was something I learned, that maybe I should train legs twice a week instead of just once,
Yes,
things like that. So I think because I always had thicker legs growing up, I just thought, I don't want to do too much. I had that misconception as a female, going like, I don't want to get too big. But really, it's like you have to actually condition the body. You have to train, and
it needs to be muscular.
You can't just always be in a deficit the whole year. And you hear so many women like, I'm going to lose weight all the time. It's like, if you actually plan your training and go through that periodization, 6 to 8 weeks or 12 weeks, you're in a bit of a build phase, then you go into a bit of a shred, and you need to constantly trick your body. Otherwise, it
plateaus.
Plateau, lead to, hormone imbalances, all this sort of stuff. So, it's all about just trying to keep the peace with your body, but get what you want as well out of it.
Do you ever train guys?
Yeah, I've had a couple. Yeah, not obviously as many as females, but over the years.
Competitive at all, or just
not competitively?
General?
No, I would definitely hand them over because I think it's a little bit different.
So
do you hormones.
do you feel for competition? Not that you, I'll let you answer that question, I guess. What about guys training girls for competitions and girls training guys for competition? Even though you said you wouldn't train a guy for a competition, or you haven't done it at present.
And I guess I never say never, but
that's what I mean.
I guess just because I know where most of my energy goes into, my general population, I've got, a high percentage of clients, and even with them, they have their own life phases, getting them ready for their wedding. And then it's like they go on their honeymoon, they come back, I need to lose weight. I've put it on too much weight for the honeymoon. So even with my own general population clients, they go through their own phases and we work through those year after year, pre-baby, post-baby body. So, that's sort of an endless roller coaster as well. Males, I do train general population males. So, weight loss, increasing a bit of muscle. Sometimes it's just working around injuries. That's another big thing, especially, once you get over sort of 40, 50, it's more about general health and feeling good about yourself, maintaining muscle, trying to keep as much muscle as possible. So I used to train a couple of gentlemen in their 50s, 60s. One of my friend's dads, he was 70, early 70s back then, and he was strong. Like, he was good for his age.
I think it's important to do resistance.
It's very important, yeah. So
probably one of the most important things is the gym throughout your whole life.
Yeah.
To exceed what your body can actually do, even just by a little bit, by a couple of kilos, is a couple of kilos you didn't know you could lift.
Yeah, definitely.
It's funny because I was also listening to Dorian Yates was on a podcast and he was talking about enhancement and non-enhancement. Meaning he's saying whatever you've gotten through enhancement, when you don't take enhancement, you lose it. And it was hard to believe. I thought, well, and it makes sense looking at bodybuilders that used to take steroids.
Right.
Possibly even the women today. But that no matter how hard they trained, once the enhancement was gone, there was
not the same.
There was that, I don't know if the word he used was a metabolic state, but there's something that if you've gone this far naturally, like
you kind of
and then you enhance yourself for 6 months, and then you stop for 6 months. He said you won't stay there. You think you'll stay there, you go back to where natural is again.
Well, I guess because all the hormones are different.
It's amazing, but I really thought, if you enhance it and you'll stay there, but he was saying you don't.
Well, I guess the strength level would change, the recovery.
But you think the muscle mass, but no, but because of, I'm talking about more the muscle mass.
Yes.
But it's because, it won't hold on because it's not stimulated to that level again. So it comes back to where it's comfortable, or not comfortable, but it comes back to, it's like a progressive overload. It comes to the point where you're just exceeding what you can exceed.
Well, that's it, yeah.
So it was quite amazing to hear that. And I guess, like I said, why I was saying it is that 70-year-olds or 80-year-olds or 60-year-olds, let's say they're benching, I don't know,
30,
dumbbells, 35 kilo dumbbells. Well, sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
But if the average is 25, then this person at the gym is doing 10 kilos heavier,
good,
which is good for his metabolic, good for his muscle definition, good for his, skeletal. Everything is good by pushing. And I think the one thing about the gym, which is great, is there's not a lot of jumping, explosion, hitting. We're mostly lying on our backs, sitting down or standing where we are squatting. So what I mean is that's the great thing about bodybuilding. It's not very hard on the joints.
Yeah, well, I guess as long as you have correct technique, yes.
I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Debatable, but I get what you're saying. It's low impact.
Low impact. Yeah, and that's why I think it's good.
But there is research now to say that, particularly women who are at risk of osteoporosis, they need a little bit of that impact. And again, it's jumping, sort of like, just applying some kind of pressure, but obviously not going too crazy if you haven't. You have to build up to it. You have to have some type of base strength first, core strength, applying a little bit of pressure, slight explosive activity. But again, it's dependent on the person and where they're at and what their range of motion is and mobility. So all that as well.
No, I think it's not just for women, it's for males as well. Because I'll tell you why. What you'll notice or what you'll realize is that, let's say this, when was the last time you're probably going to tell me you have, but let's say when was the last time you sprinted?
Oh, well, a while.
So what I'm saying is that kind of explosion, 70-year-olds don't do it anymore. 50-year-olds don't do it anymore. 60. Right. We're learning not to be explosive.
Yes.
Jumping down from a fence or jumping up on a fence. Or I said, probably you're doing these things with boxers at the gym.
Yeah.
That stuff is still important.
Yes.
What I'm getting at is there's stuff that we've given up that we won't do, which is balancing.
Yep.
As well, we don't balance anymore. People bike ride, but maybe skateboarding or like a lot of stuff is really being like somewhere you want to go and it's too far to walk or maybe too far to bike ride, you take your car.
Yes.
But when you're a kid, you just went.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. They're trying to. I think for longevity, you need to exceed what the body normally does.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is if
you need to push out of your comfort zone.
You've got to push out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. And to be honest, I've had a few conversations with members in the last few weeks, just talking about running and you do, because you can get stale and you feel it in your body, even if you're training and, you're in your routine, you just feel like you can do more. And you need a bit of grit to get back into that sort of explosive activity, and it's just starting, whether it's, all right, run for 30 seconds, a little jog first, build up to it, or whether it's, between sets, just do 10 squat jumps, see what happens, see how the body responds. So it's not, I think a lot of people get a bit scared. They're like, oh, I can't do high intensity. It's like, but we can just feed it in, just stir it in and just see what happens, Yeah, and that's where, I guess with my philosophy in training is just adding in slowly. So go from what you can do, what build up a little bit, and it's the same with learning. Go from what then add what you don't know, and improve on that. And then what else can you learn on that? Learn a little bit more. So yeah, there's endless different ways to do it. Even post comp, with athletes. Some people can just go straight back into the gym and they're just training as normal and they can keep going. Others just are so over it. You're like, I don't want to pick up a dumbbell for another 6 months. And that's where, I encourage people to try something different. Go do a group class, go bike riding. Do something different, but still move, because, some people can get those post-comp blues and then it becomes really unhealthy and messes with your head as well. So,
do you see that a lot, post-comp blues?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I was one of those that I would just go off, and I think because I just could, the chocolate's there, I'm going to eat it because I can. Oh, there's a donut, I'll eat that because I can. I'd still eat healthy, my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks, but it was always, I can have that extra thing because I don't have a goal that I'm running for now. Yeah, so that's the hardest part, to be honest. You can be training, eating well, but then once that goal stops, it's like, well, what are we working for now? And a lot of people do struggle with that. Yeah.
Do you think it's because they don't have those in their normal day life? Because you gave it to them during a comp season, and then the comp's done, they go back to normal day life. And normal day life, like for me, I'm not saying that I suppose I've done diets,
Yeah.
possibly built a physique that possibly could go on stage from time to time. But I suppose that's my habit. So being more disciplined for the gym is more probably, for the stage would be a new experience, but then I go back to tuna and rice.
Yeah. Just
where some people
easy.
don't have that.
Yes.
You know, because you guys or whoever made them become a competitor.
Yeah.
And they became chicken and rice or chicken and
Yeah.
sweet potato or chicken and kale.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they've done the comp and you're thinking, oh, they must know chicken and kale, but they're not. They were bolognese people, and they were
exactly, or have a wrap,
fish fingers, and have a wrap. You know what I mean? And they love their cake and eating ice cream at night. And you've kind of, I think sometimes it's maybe getting them ready to be in the comp to learn prior what food is like to enter into comp season. I don't know. There's a lot of tricky.
And there is. I guess it's a bit of that, and you will fall into some, old habits, but at least you have that knowledge that if you do get out of hand, or you're starting to not fit your clothes, blah blah blah, you're feeling uncomfortable, then you're like, oh, okay, well maybe I can implement some of those principles I did in comp to what I'm doing now, and have a couple of cheat meals through the week, but follow a comp plan for a few weeks just to regulate again. But there's different ways to do it, having just chicken and rice and broccoli, you get over it. And that's why I find I was most successful with being coached by Paul Haslam, because it was a lot of variety of foods. So you felt like I could still have my strawberries, and I could change, I didn't have to just have chicken. I could have turkey mince, or I could have fish, or I could have salmon. It's having the different food options, which again is also good nutrition-wise to have, different healthy fats, from your seafood, from your nuts, from avocado, so to speak. So, yeah, different nutrients as well. That's important.
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued to find. I think I've invited Paul to come on the podcast. I think we've spoken.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think it would be good to have him on. I'm definitely wanting to get him on. I think I want to know if I can eat strawberries and dates and things like that. Since we're talking about food, tell us about bloating. I think you know a thing or two about bloating, because you did a recent post about people bloating and that struggle to shift that last stubborn 5 kilos.
Yes. So I guess with that, I do have a lot of clients who I'll coach, or, a lot of women will reach out, some men as well, that they can train, or they've been doing the same thing, they've been training, but then now they're not seeing results, or nothing's changing.
Yeah, I get that.
And so it is, I guess it's a bit of trial and error in seeing, well, okay, what is it? Sometimes doing a blood test, maybe you need to check in with your doctor. Is there something, that's changed? And they'll say, oh, I'm not allergic to anything. Okay, but that was, 2, 5, 10 years ago. Things change, your body changes. I got allergic to chili
one time.
Wow.
Out of the blue.
Yeah.
My lips were swelling. I was getting scratchy head. Honestly.
Yeah.
It was bad. I looked like, you ever watch the movie Hitch with Will Smith? Yeah. When he got allergic reaction, his face exploded.
Oh my god.
That's what happened to me. One time I went, and I actually thought it was something else. And you know what it was? Yeah. I was renovating a unit, and I thought, what's the point? I'm thinking, maybe there's bird lice in this unit, or there's something going on, or maybe there's a dust
mites
or some dust mites.
Yeah.
And I'm going, well, what's going on?
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm going home and scratching, swelling. I've got lips like this.
Oh, my goodness.
And one day, and I thought, is it pineapple? I went and got an allergies test.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me. I was eating tuna chili. The
Yeah.
Woolworths ones, the
Oh,
tuna
yeah.
chili cans.
Yes.
Tuna with chili,
Yeah.
sweet chili, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Because I was renovating, I kept going to get food, and then there was a chili.
And did
then-
that come up in the allergy test, or
I can't remember
you
that.
just thought of it could be
was
that?
dawned on me. And one day I went out with
Yeah.
some executives to dinner, and we ordered the chili prawns.
Yeah.
And as soon as I put the prawn in my mouth, I felt my center lip split, and it just exploded.
So chili. I wonder
So
if
then,
it
but
could
then
have
I'm
been
all
the
right now.
seafood.
I can. It could be that too, yeah. But I've ever since had a little bit of chili, and I'm okay.
Okay.
But I have noticed if I have too much, it does get to me. So I think it's still an
Interesting.
issue at the moment.
Yes.
Out of the blue.
Yeah.
I used to be chili, no problem, but
Wow.
now I don't.
That happened to me. I was when I was younger. I was overseas. Where was I? Couldn't remember. I think it was Austria. We stopped in Austria for lunch, and I remember the tour guide saying, go and try the schnapps, have some lunch, whatever. And I don't know why, but I was being health conscious, and I just ordered a tuna salad. So I ordered a tuna salad, ate that, walked around with my friends. Then we tried some schnapps. That's all I had.
Yep.
And then getting ready to go back on the bus, and I couldn't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. I'm feeling really hot. And I was like, really hot. Like my temperature was just gone through the roof. And my knees were red. My elbows were so hot. And lucky one of the girls I was with, she worked in a chemist. So she had a full bag of everything. And she's like, I think you're having an allergic reaction. I was like, what? What? I was like 21. So, and that just was so foreign to me because I wasn't allergic to anything as far as I knew. So she gave me an antihistamine because, the tour guide was like, you can meet us in the next country, catch the train. And I was like, I am not being left here.
Yeah.
I'm getting on that bus. So, I was just finding it hard to breathe. My throat was swelling
scary.
up. I don't know. Well, I didn't actually see if I got the swollen face syndrome, but...
No, my one you could tell.
Well, yeah. No, I could still see. Yeah, I wasn't getting puffy eyes or anything.
No.
But yeah, antihistamine, and that did the trick. Still to this day, don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So it was either something in the tuna or the schnapps, preservatives.
Okay,
God
so
knows.
it could be that, A bit of allergic reaction for bloating for people and stuff like that.
And that's the thing. Like, especially these days, gluten can be a big one. That's mine, actually. To be honest, I'm not really meant to have gluten, but still like eating cake and, But I do notice a difference, if I overdo it. I remember post-comp, I went to town with 5, 6 massive, custard-filled donuts. The next day, bloated, puffy face, the amount of sugar, carbs, wheat, you name it, was in it. And then another time I was with my cousin and we made pasticcio. In Greek, that's like a Greek lasagna type of thing, full of pasta, got the bechamel sauce, the flour, just everything, carbs on carbs. And I had 2 plates of that. Even my husband, who's 100 and something kilos, 6 foot tall, he was like, are you still eating? Stop. I think I ate his leftovers, mine. It was so good. But the next day my face was so puffy. So I think, everything in moderation again. Sometimes when you just tip over the edge, your body is not able to process as much in one go, whether it's carbs or protein or sugars or, there's just so much that our body does, I think, that we take for granted. We don't realise, your insulin levels, your body releasing different hormones, stomach acids. There's so much involved in food and how our body processes it.
It was easy when we were young, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think, food was different, less genetically modified, all that kind of thing.
Heaps different now. It's not the same. Nothing's the same anymore. It's not the same. It's just not the same. It was so neat and clean and tasted different.
Yeah.
Talking about holidays, holiday workouts are always a good chance or change. It's always a good change of pace from the usual routine. Rather than doing absolutely zero exercise for numerous weeks of your holiday, do 3 sets, of 4 to 5 exercises 3 times a week. So you think, I remember once upon a time that when you went on holidays, you didn't train because you thought you did all the work. That was it.
That was a break, yeah.
I thought it was a break. Honestly, we felt like you felt like, I can't believe I'm I'm at the gym when I could be down at the pool, or I could be eating, I guess, or back of jet ski. But everyone's right into holiday gyms.
Yeah. I guess it depends also.
Even holiday gym
duration.
holidays.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've done those ones as well, the Thailand camps. But I guess it depends on the duration of the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, yeah, if you've worked your butt off, you've been training, and you're only going for like 5 days, have the break. You know, that's fine. Get up, go for a walk. You know, just to enjoy the start of the day. But if I think last year I was away for 5 weeks, and I was in Europe. I was eating a lot of. Oh, in Greece, they just give you fried chips with everything, So I don't normally eat chips, but they're on my plate, and you just find yourself, picking them up and eating them. And it was every day, and I was just getting over it as well. And then you feel puffy, and you're just eating differently. Your routine's different. You'll get up in the morning, you'll have a big breakfast, then you're out all day, still full from the buffet breakfast. You might have a snack in the afternoon, and then it's dinner. And in Greece, I don't know if you know, but they eat, at 10 o'clock at night or later. So by the morning, you're still, processing last night's food. So I just find, when I was away that long, the first week, didn't do much. Well, actually, I think we did. Because you've got more time, really. You're going to have more time. You're not restricted to I've got to go to work or whatever, unless you're getting ready for tours. But I just used to like getting up first thing in the morning, and not every day, you want to sleep in too, but get up and just go move the body a little bit, whether it's go for a walk and then, wherever you are, just do some squats, push-ups, tricep dips, bang, just get the body moving, blood flowing, and then, you get that appetite to eat, and then you're like, let's go smash a buffet breakfast. So you sort of get that balance, you can
probably 2 weeks after you've been on holidays, you realise you're bloated and not and tired, and you go, all right, we've got to get up and go for a walk first after I've eaten the buffet too many times.
Yeah. So, everyone's different. Some people just want to break, but I think it's important just to keep the blood flowing and digestion happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed also you like rice cakes.
Yeah,
I saw a post you did you had your cottage cheese. How good is cottage cheese? I didn't realise it. Maple syrup, cinnamon. Try that.
It's like a...
But I noticed how you work backwards on the scales. This is what I mean.
The measuring. Yeah. It's different ways
you do it in a minus.
You can.
I didn't know that. I thought that was cool.
It's good, hey?
I think it's easy.
So what was it? Yeah, like if... Say
when you take it off on the spoon, it's already telling you what's on the spoon.
Yeah, rather than... Yeah, because sometimes it's hard. Like say you want... you got your rice cake. I don't know how people do it, whether they put that on the scale and then put the cottage cheese on, but I think it's easier once you've got your tub of cottage cheese, put that on the scale, press 0, and then you take a spoon out, and then it'll tell you you're minus 50 grams, you're minus 100 grams. And it's like, I just took that out. Cool, that was easy.
Because usually when you put it on, you forget that's what's on the spoon.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing.
And then people lick it, and I've found out that that's added calories.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know.
I know. Again, see, maths again.
I know. And I'm a big advocate with maths, but only because I got I do rice cakes a lot. You probably noticed we have a rice cake highlights up on our thing of me doing.
Check it out. Yeah,
I've done
they're just good for
rice
everything.
Cakes. Yeah, they're fun. I've done rice cake tacos, and rice cake, but like burgers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So they've been pretty good. But we've got a few questions. Let's go over some of the people's questions, and I'm going to get a pen because you're going to give me the answer.
Okay.
So Tony Rex, how many reps and sets should you do per muscle group?
Per muscle group. Well, again, also depends what area you really need to improve. But if it's just general balance, at least about 3. So if you're doing, chest, you do 3 chest exercises, 3 to 4 sets, and that's it really.
What is it?
3 exercises for that muscle group.
Yeah. And rep sets?
3 to 4 sets, yeah. And with reps, look, again, depends on your goal. Like hypertrophy, so if you're wanting to build muscle tone, muscle growth, 8 to 12, sometimes even up to 15. And obviously, with effort. So you can't just lift a 1 kilo dumbbell and do 8 reps and that's fine. You actually have to apply a bit of resistance. So that's another thing. I find people get confused with picking the right weight. Well, how much should I use? Well, and once you know your rep range, what your rep range should be, then it's figuring out, okay, well, what can you lift for that rep range, with maybe an extra rep or two in reserve. So I'll usually ask my clients, when they finish that 12 reps, could you have done 2 more or 5 or 10? And if they say I could have done 10, then that's just way too light. So they need to up it on the next set. But look, you can get away with 2 sets. Again, depends on the intensity. If you're going super heavy, then, you got to think your nervous system is also working neuromuscular connection. So have you trained that earlier in the week or in a compound movement? You might have used it. So, for example, like in chest, you're using a bit of your triceps. So maybe you can get away with just 2 tricep exercises. You don't have to smash it out for 3. But yeah, roughly between that. Beginner, you want to start with maybe 2 sets just to get the body adapting. But definitely, like once you're moving to more advanced, working into the 4 sets, even 5. Yeah.
Okay. And
thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony Rex. Squats and saddle. What is your favorite part about being a coach?
Being a coach.
Favorite part?
It's really seeing the transformation. I guess seeing what my clients can learn and discover about themselves, and also, I guess, taking on board something that I've, shared with them in knowledge or experience or technique, and, getting different results for their body. Like, I know some women only started training in their 40s, like lifting weights, and they just said to me, I never thought that I could do that or lift that, or their shape has changed. I never thought my body could do that and get into that, shape. So it's really just seeing those results and the confidence change. So with posing coaching, definitely seeing that confidence boost and being able to move your body in ways that you didn't think you could, which is amazing. It's great to feel alive. I think that's the biggest thing. And yeah, and I love that I'm able to help educate and offer, and share that with someone to know now what they didn't know before. That's exciting. It's like watching kids when they discover something for the first time and they get so excited about, seeing a plane in the sky. And as an adult, you sort of start to take things for granted. So I guess, yeah, as you do become an adult, you can still learn and discover and find new things to get excited about. So yeah, definitely those transformations, and yeah, hearing my clients say they've got more energy and they feel strong, they feel more confident. I love it.
I get it. What did you get any questions, or with all the same things?
There was one actually. Now again, this one's actually big debate. So
what did you get?
This one's from Bex. What are your thoughts around
Bex?
Some CrossFit people using GPL-1 to help with weight loss, hormonal weight loss. Some athletes are using it in the States to microdose and notice a difference. So first of all, the GPL-1 is the glucagon-like peptide. So they're the sort of, I guess, weight loss support medications, I guess. So some people with type 2 diabetes are being prescribed, if they're obese, overweight, doctors are prescribing these. So they can reduce the weight. But the thing is, I guess it restricts your appetite.
Yep.
Which I guess does change habits in one way, because it's, if someone was eating, whole chicken for lunch, for dinner, they're just not able to actually digest it. So they'll have a few bites and they're full because that slows the digestion. Which I guess for someone who is over consuming, then it's helping that calorie restriction. So then in fact their body is burning the excess energy, like their body fat. If they're CrossFitters, so microdosing, I guess again it depends on your goal. It depends what you're using it for. I personally don't like playing too much with, adding things into your body. Like, I'm a natural competitor. So the most I'll have is like creatine or some amino acids. Having that, I guess, it depends on the reasoning behind it and time frame. Like, maybe if you are having it just to manage your appetite, then I guess you could try it, but I would be just really worried about the side effects of what it's doing to my gut, what it's doing to my digestion, how is it interrupting other hormones, my endocrine system. I just think you're just starting to play with fire a bit. Look, I'm sure there's a place for everything, but I think there's more like, have you tried other things and, to lose a bit of the body fat. So it could just be, especially if you're a CrossFitter, and you've been doing that for a while, and your body's adapted to a certain way of eating and training, there is somewhere that maybe you need to shake up, maybe you need to adjust your macronutrients, micronutrients. Do you need to adjust training? Sometimes I find people are training too hard and they're actually stressing their body, and that's why they're holding fat. And again, that's maybe not for everyone, but I do find a lot of my clients, they say, I don't eat much and I'm not losing weight. And I'm like, that could be the problem actually. Because, like I said, you're under eating. You've got your BMR, your basal metabolic rate of what you should be consuming just to open your eyes. And then you're going and training on top. And if you're, doing sprints and then lifting heavy and all this sort of stuff, are you recovering? You could be just... you could have high cortisol. So, there just could be hormonal imbalances. So I'd probably be checking that first before just going into, adding the GLPs. I was about to say GPLs. GLPs.
I need you to make sure you send me that answer. So I'm going to put it here to remember. Beck.
Oh,
Beck who? Who's Beck?
She's actually a new client of mine.
Right, so I'm going to put here.
So, because I know she used to do a bit of CrossFit too.
And answer, because I like answering people's questions for them. So if you later, being the sport that it is, and seemingly women are embracing PEDs. Do you ever get tempted yourself? Like, do you ever sometimes wonder where you could take your body from here to here? Or something you haven't explored and thinking, do I want to explore it?
Yeah. Look, years ago, I think, when I started competing, and it was in the media, there was a lot about peptides and stuff, and friends I knew were talking about them. And I mean, I was with a natural federation, so for me, I was like, that's not happening because I'm doing things naturally.
Yes.
I mean, I was curious in a way, like what it did, but I thought, well, I was young. I was in my 20s then. I was like, what for?
Of course, I wouldn't.
I was sort of like, well, should do what my body can naturally. And for me, I think also the thought of, taking the PDs and getting even bigger, I was like, I don't necessarily want to be a lot bigger. I think I was sort of scared that I would get too many muscles or too big or, and there's always and I guess an uneducated or naive side of me was sort of like, I don't want my voice to change. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know much about the different, enhancements, I guess. So I just wouldn't want to, I don't know. I liked my look and my shape for stage, and I just thought, adjusting that, but I was just too scared to, what it would do, and if I was going to get, too bulky, and I just kind of liked my look, and and that's, I guess, when you're going into competing, you have to think, well, what category, or what category do you want? Do you want to do figure where it's quite muscular? Do you want to do just bikini modeling, which is a bit more of a softer look? Fitness modeling where, you've got that six pack, you've got the lines on, soft lines in your stomach, bit of a harder condition. And I guess I sort of would look at that first and decide, well, do I want to look like that? Do I want to go for that? And then see where my body fit. And I was just happy to, go from bikini to fitness model. I was happy with that. I mean,
you didn't
look, I don't know. Look, and I guess the more you dig, the more you might get tempted.
Do you wonder ever?
Yeah. I think, look, as I'm getting older, it's sort of like, oh, would something help? But again, I wouldn't want to mess with my hormones, for recovery. But I just think there's other options to recover, you know.
And I think what you can achieve naturally. And I think sometimes maybe the reward is even greater, by knowing you can do it naturally. Because sometimes now, I don't know about you, Chris, or everybody here. I wouldn't want a coffee, by the way. I'm dying here. Don't get the dying here part. Make sure you take that out, Chris. Right. The thing is, sometimes, look, I think we've all numbed it down. I think we all believe PED is okay. Like everybody. I'm just saying everybody talks about it now online. Like it's okay. Yeah. It's all part of life, but it's not. But
that's what scares me, to be honest.
Everyone talks about it like it's part of life.
That actually does make me mad. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Why?
Because you know what? So many clients or even friends are like, oh, have you seen this girl? And I'm following blah, blah, blah. And for me, I'm not a big follower. I don't follow. Like I don't really, I don't know. I don't sit there and obsess with people. And to be honest, I think it's just a time thing. I don't really have time to sit there flicking through. I'm like getting on, checking messages, replying, trying to do a post of my own. There's a couple of pages I've followed because people have referred me and I've gone, oh, okay, they look all right. I'll follow them, and check out some workouts. But it scares me that I guess, and you look at the younger generation coming through or people who are, getting into the gym, they see these girls who, have these immaculate bodies and like, comp shape, big bums and abs and whatever. And a lot of them are not completely natural. They've got some kind of help or enhancements or, synthetic, I don't even know, steroids or whatever they would use. And then you've got these poor people like just starting to train and going, I want to look like that. And it's like, yeah, but do you realize they're cheating? Like they're not doing it naturally and like, perhaps the most healthy way. And I just think, is it worth it? Like some of the girls who compete, like you said, would I want to go that next step? And to be honest, like I've thought about, competing with IFBB. It's a non-tested federation. I could do it naturally. I can, which Paul actually said I could have, jumped on and done it naturally and, been in a like competitive rank. But I just thought like some girls, who are going that next step, they'll do the natural comps and then they're like, okay, what's next? But for me, I just think disrupting your body and, some things are irreversible, which is, again, scary. The voice change, the jawline, certain other things that can happen to a female body. I don't know. For me, that scares me. And I'm like, just for a trophy? Like, I don't know. Doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, and I do start to think more long-term.
There's no real money in it.
I don't know, in my 30s, you start to sort of think more future and it's like, a decision you make can affect you for the rest of your life. And hormonally and all that. I mean, for me, like I have to watch, so, just having gluten can affect my hormones. Too much stress, thyroid problems, like that sort of runs in my family. So I think as if I'm going to go and try this and that and the rest when, just doing it with normal food, I'm still trying to find a good balance. And look, not everyone, some people might be like smooth sailing. And again, I guess my advice would be if someone is doing it or wants to do it, really need to make sure you check your bloods find someone who I guess
Find
you
the
can
right
trust.
coach, right coach, yeah.
And that's hard too, because again, someone you think you can trust, they might just be doing it for the money. You know, I know there's probably coaches that, you know,
Sell that
coach
stuff.
and then are selling it because that's all their extra income.
It has
Whereas
become.
it's tough. It's really tough.
No, it is. People are, you know, yeah. I wonder. I mean, I was natural all my life. I only took it at 49. I took a cycle at 49.
I heard you mention that. Yeah,
I took a cycle at 49 because I was turning
try it.
50. I wanted to try it. I wasn't even competing.
Yeah.
I did think about competing then, but I just said, no. So I just went to a guy that has been doing it for years. His brother's competed doing it for years. I didn't do any bloods. I didn't do nothing. I didn't even know what to take.
Yeah.
But I sat with him and I wrote a few things down, but he actually said to me, he goes, what do you want to?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And I said to him that day when I came round, I said, listen, man, let's just do it. Because he was just too much conversation. He goes, when do you want to start? I said, now. And it was like a crash course. I got a crash course into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even have a coach. But I did 2 cycles in that year. Yeah. That's all I've done. And I'm 56 now. So that was 7 years ago, 7 years ago. Meaning, what I learnt was, I thought it was amazing. But I also learned I could do, even though I'd done enough naturally, I knew I could do better naturally. I thought, wow, if I could do all that discipline with the steroids, the diet, the cardio, and because I was putting something in me, I thought I had to do more. Yeah. Why don't I just do more?
You're more focused and
So why don't I, how about I use the same focus,
but
not inject myself with it?
Yeah.
So now would I do it again? Maybe, I don't know. Not because I think I'd want to now do it one more time, maybe.
Yes.
Because I'm experienced at it.
Yeah.
But after it, I said, no, I need to get better at what I do naturally before I touch it again. Because I knew, oh my God, if I only came in better, had a better diet. But it seemed like when I started it, I improved my diet. I improved my cardio.
It was a catalyst.
I improved everything. But I should have improved everything before it.
Yes.
So now I'm enjoying the natural part. Like I'm learning so much. And the podcast is teaching me so much with you guys. So it's letting me know about, like I said to you, it was interesting. I'm apparently now you can class me as natural, so I think I can do a natural comp because apparently you've got to be 5 years, not enhanced.
5 or 7. But, look, and you know, each to their own.
Look, you don't know when you don't like I said. I mean, I did it at 49. Yeah, I got 2 kids. Yeah, I was actually everything was fine. I didn't and it like I said, I've said it in other podcasts. I found that the biggest mistake I made with it, I got greedy. And I wanted more, and I thought more would make me bigger, better, and I made me sick, imploded, lost my mojo, meaning not my mojo, meaning my sex drive. I mean, I started getting frustrated. Yeah, I was greedy, and you start becoming greedy.
Yeah, and harder on yourself.
Yeah,
too,
and
right?
I went, and I look back now and I think, God, if I just stuck to the start and didn't change a thing and just got better at food, better at training, better mentally. But sorry, my phone is getting a bit nuts. Chris will edit this out anyway. I forgot this is not flight mode. That's flight mode. This isn't flight mode.
I do mine.
It's banging away on me. So yeah, I just if I thought about it, but this time I would do bloods. This time I would see someone better with it, and I would do heaps less is more. Less. Yes. Like I would not. I'd even go less than what I started with before. I'd go entry level, just a drop in it, because it's amazing what it can do. But just when your attitude changes, you think it's the juice. It's not. It's the attitude changes.
It's interesting that you experienced it though. But I mean, just that short time that you did that, at least you experienced like mentally what can happen
Yeah.
and how far you could have gone, like, and how people, and, especially guys in their 20s, and, you hear it all the time now, having heart attacks at 30 and all this stuff. It's really scary, the ones that year after year after year after year are doing, having more, injecting more, whatever. I don't know. And for what? Like, you really have to stop and go, for what?
Well, I think, for plastic traffic. I think people are, no, but what's happening, Mel, I think as well, just because I'm on it, let's say I'm not on it, but let's say I'm on it, I'm posting like I'm normalizing it. Everyone's just normalizing it. Right. Everyone's going like, oh, I take it. It's okay. And because let's say you've gone to the confession booth, which is IG, and you've confessed it. Now you feel good about yourself because I confessed it.
Yeah.
And then people are asking you, and then everyone's confessing it.
Yeah.
And then we're passing it. So all we're doing is saying to everyone, you can take steroids. Just do it safely. You can take steroids. Just do it safely. You can take steroids. But I don't know. Like, I mean, like I said to you, I don't think, like I said, I even had, Milos is going to be on soon. Milos told me what he's on. I think he what he's taking. I think he's taking Deca and something else, maybe testosterone. I don't know, one of the two. He's taking two things. He's taken it all his life, but he's taken minimum all his life.
Okay.
And he's happy with his life. He's happy where he's at, and he looks good. But what I'm getting at is, I think we think it's like a lot of people think it's the magic pill, but it ain't. What happens is you become, like I said, in that short time, everything changed.
Wow.
I'm talking about my shopping list changed.
Oh yeah.
The food changed. The way I cooked. Every week, every meal, buying plastic containers, lids, like everything was perfect. Like I'm talking about disposable, less washing, this, that, packing my bags. Like I wasn't doing that before naturally.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it on the juice,
full prep mode.
I was prep mode. So then I thought, well, and that's why I said to you, I've taken everything I did without the juice. I'm doing it now, and I have 5-6 meals a day now.
That's
and
good.
I prep and I do everything. Like the only thing I can improve on is my training, but I'm staying consistent with the training at the moment. But what I've realised, because I'm so consistent on food, consistent on everything else, my body's holding up good.
Yes.
It knows, all right, you haven't trained for a month.
Yeah.
But God, you've trained for 10 years.
Yeah.
So the body knows, as long as you're feeding it nutrients, it holds on to platforms you've produced.
Yes.
But definitely, like I said to you, I think people are normalising it, and they're just young men normalising it, but they're talking like, everyone does that Q&A. Ask me a question, I'll answer any of your questions, and everything is a steroid question. And the guy goes, well, if you do this, if you do that. So I think that we've normalised, you drink black coffee, there's no sugar in it.
I'm not sure. Is that for you?
No, it's for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's Greek coffee.
I'll try.
But there's no sugar. And it tastes like mud.
Oh, yeah. I think, normally when I have it, it's got a little bit of sugar.
Well, good luck. I don't know.
It smells good. It smells really good.
All right, let's see how you go. Like I said, it's a bit rough.
That's nice.
Oh.
That's all right. Not too strong. It's okay.
All right, let's look at some of the things you've typed in, and then we'll go over the body as well. And you're a teacher.
Yes. Primary teacher.
Still doing it?
A little bit. Yes, so relief teaching,
bit
a little bit like just relief teaching. So I'm not on a contract with any particular school. Or
during the week? Teaching during the week?
Yeah, so Monday to Friday, obviously school. But I just have 1 or 2 days where I'm, I guess, less busy with personal training. So I just keep it open so that I can
have a life,
just stay activated as well. Yeah, it's important. Like as a teacher, obviously, it's like with, I guess, any job, you have to continue your education, learning, be around the environment, see what's new, what's happening. Things change. Gosh, classrooms are, using the interactive whiteboards, which they were when I was full-time teaching. Actually, no, when I first started, I think I was still writing on a blackboard and a whiteboard. We had the whiteboard and blackboard happening. So, but now it's all computer. Yeah, computer whiteboard. So,
wow.
Yes. It's all fun and games.
Well, so because you mentioned you wanted to become a teacher when you were young, correct? That was one of your aspirations.
Yes, and I think I just, growing up, just had that in mind. I always liked, I don't know, I think I liked school. So I guess having that good experience, you know, I must have been inspired by the teachers and learning. I did love learning. I liked reading and, you know, learning new things. And then, yeah, I used to, like, my way of playing was, you know, I'd get a whiteboard and I'd be writing on it, and I'd give my cousins worksheets, and, you know, we'd play schools. So that was what I did as a kid. Not necessarily playing with Barbies, but yeah.
You were a cheerleader?
Yes, I did
Parramatta
that for,
Eels?
yeah, so...
Do you follow Parramatta Eels?
I did for a long time. Yeah, so my sister used to take us to games. She was 8 years older than me. And yeah, I think I liked it because I liked blue and gold, so it made
Do you
sense.
still follow
I was like, yeah. More Bulldogs, yeah, not
Why
as much
Bulldogs?
Parramatta. Growing up, that was our
Only 'cause I
team.
go for the Bulldogs.
Oh,
You stay with the Bulldogs, yeah. Doggies.
Doggies supporters, yeah. Well, growing up, I grew up in Kingsgrove, Elwood, and there was like...
Well, I grew up in Clinton
Bulldogs.
Park.
Oh, well, there you go. Down the road.
South Belmore it used to be called, and then it became Clinton Park.
And see, we used to go to the games there as a family when I was younger.
At Belmore.
Yep. So I guess that was like the original team. But then, yeah, when I got older, my sister was taking us. Yes, I know. They're doing so well.
Does your husband follow rugby league?
He does. He's not like die hard about it. Just I think because work's busy. But he goes for Roosters. Yeah. And he used to play.
Oh, did he?
I think, I'm going to get it wrong. Up till he was about 18, so I can't remember if that's SG Ball or
good
one of the other ones.
Nice.
But yeah, he could have kept going.
Yeah, we had a rivalry
stories,
in our house. It was Dogs versus Roosters because my cousin went for Roosters. My sister's children went for Roosters because of their dad. And my parents, they would battle their grandchildren because we were Dogs and they were Roosters. So we had massive wars. So Roosters is, a sore point. Later on, some dragons came into the equation, but
won't worry about them. Yeah.
I don't know what happened, Chris.
What happened now?
I don't know. It went to low battery mode, and then
changed out.
Okay, goody.
Yeah.
Doggies. So and you were a cheerleader, which was fun.
It was a big part of my life. Like pretty much all my 20s.
Did you like the stadium and the crowd screaming?
I loved
and when the try went down and jump up and carry on?
Yes, and we had front row seats. So now when I go to a game and I'm like, 20 or 40 rows back, I'm like, I can't see anything. Get me back down there. Yeah, so it's good. I had front row seats. It was good. And then when I moved to London, my friend who I used to dance with here found a cheerleading team, but it was more like an entertainment group. So they weren't just for one team. They would, get hired out to, be part of a fan zone with, like Man City or a couple of the other.
How long did you stay in England
English Premier League teams. I was there 2 years, just over 2 years.
What did you do there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did you write that down?
Oh, somewhere. I wrote a lot, didn't I?
Sorry, did not disturb again, Chris. What's your ID? I'll use your face. Maybe I should have just frowned. Would have gone on.
It's the hat. That's all.
Yeah, it's the hat. It's the beard. It's the AI face he's got.
Yeah, what happens when you shave? Does it still pick up your face? I don't use the face recognition.
I don't know.
I'm one of the old school. I'm like, nah, it's too updated for me.
And all right, so you went to England for 2 years. Why'd you go there for 2 years? That's very...
I always wanted to.
All right. And what'd you do over there for work?
Yeah, at uni, they would always talk about those opportunities, and it was always in the back of my mind, and it wasn't until I was late 20s I thought, oh, well, it's getting late now. It's either now or never. So I went over and I linked up with a teaching agency because I guess I had that, and that was quite a common thing to go over and teach. But I got into personal training. Well, not got into personal training. I was personal training before I left. And then when I was there, as I was going, a friend of a friend was leaving a job at a gym. And she was also in the cheerleading squad. So I pretty much just took her place.
All right.
So I ended up, getting the job in the Women's Health Club. It was a private women's health club. in Belgravia, so
Mm-hmm.
very nice area. I guess kind of like the Vaucluse of London. So really, really interesting and environment and good experience there. So it was nice to work with all different people from all over the world because the women who were there, would be flying in, flying out, and you could train them.
What made you want to do that? I know a few people do it.
Honestly, I don't even know. I love to travel. I liked, when I was younger, I went to Greece with the family, and I liked that. And I guess having experienced that, then I knew it was possible. And so, I don't know, maybe part of it was to just escape here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people say you run away from your problems, but I couldn't tell you exactly. I think I just wanted to experience more of life and travel and not, grow older and, complain that I hadn't done this or that. So many people have kids.
Is that your attitude?
Have kids and then they're like, oh, I didn't get to do this, I didn't get to do that. And I don't know, maybe I just thought I want to make sure I
Is that your
do what I
attitude
want
today?
to do.
Is that your type of attitude today, to do things to have no regret?
Yeah, I guess it still is, yeah. Because honestly, like, looking back now at COVID lockdown, we actually had our wedding planned and so many people came up to me. They're like, oh, my gosh, did you have your honeymoon booked? You got to cancel everything. And I was like, it was, I think, 3 or 4 months out from my wedding and it looked like we were going into lockdown and we hadn't even booked anything, to be honest. And I think just because we were content with the travel we had done, and I just felt at peace with that. I was like, okay, if I don't go on a honeymoon, big deal.
Yeah.
Would be nice, but we've travelled. We've gone here, we've gone to Spain, gone to Italy, gone to Greece, gone to Iceland, Thailand.
What's your favourite country?
So many. Oh, there's so many.
You got to pick one.
One. All right, Spain keeps coming to mind, so I'll just say Spain. Yeah, just that, I guess, European vibe, but it's fun. Everyone's friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Along the coast or south of Spain, sorry, or even around Valencia, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Maybe also because it's got that city by the sea,
yeah.
sort of like Sydney. We're a bit, close to the sea.
Yes.
So that familiar vibe.
Should have gone to Spain. I never went to Spain.
Nice markets.
See, I didn't
good
go to
food.
Spain. I went to Europe and
Put that on your list.
I skipped Spain.
Yeah, put that on your list.
Should
Like I say
never
Greek islands, but everyone says that. Greek islands are great. They're always going to be great.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but
No, I've
Spain's
gotta go to
something
Spain.
different. Yeah.
And I forgot to mention you're an A&B judge, yeah?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that? And what does it take to be a judge? And what are the key points after seeing so many people? Someone said that you start looking at people's flaws more than you're looking at their kind of, I don't know, but how do you know? I mean, how do you...
So I've been an A&B judge for the last 5 to 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get into it? I guess it was more once I turned pro. So I and I had competed, in 2010, 2018, and I guess because I was more successful, and when I came back 2018, I was the overall Central Coast champ, and then nationals. I did really well. Went overseas. I guess it's maybe having those experiences helps you when you are a judge, or if that's something that interests you. How can I say? It did evolve. Like my mindset in the judging seat evolved. So at first, when I was asked, to be a guest judge, the year after I'd got my pro card, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Because I knew, and it was so recent that I had competed, and feeling all those nerves and anxiety and, being judged, you're always like, someone has to come first, someone's going to come second. And I had been in the spot so many times where I'd been on stage for a long time because the judges couldn't make a decision between first and second, and it was always myself and someone else. And we both hit the criteria. We both, had the shape and the look and the good walk and all that. but we had different body types. So at the end of the day, then it was sort of what overall package were they looking for, or who could hold their poses longest. And I remember I was getting tired once just because we were up there and they had us walking forward, back, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I guess, one of them I kind of buckled a bit, and you could probably tell I was getting flustered. So that's kind of what, tipped me sort of out from coming first in that in that show. But it was, very, very fine. So I knew like what that felt like to it's like, why, what is it? If we've both done the work, we've all trained hard, what is it? So yeah, that it's hard, but I guess over time as a judge you do start to just disconnect that emotion and just follow that criteria, see who's in front of you. And that's why I don't really like to follow, a lot of athletes, because you don't want to sort of get not confused, but
Persuaded.
Yeah, because they might look great in their post, but then on stage you're like, oh, something different. So, you have to just judge at that time. And that's the whole thing about competing, everyone can be following the path, training well, dieting, doing the posing, but, they might be a bit flat on the day because they didn't pump up properly. So compared to others, and it depends who else is on there at the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's why you can't be thinking of that, as a competitor either. You just have to be the best you can be, follow your plan, check in with your coach, not be swayed by, persuaded or confused by other people's opinions, because there are so many ways to do it.
Yeah.
And you just have to stick to one way, check in with your coach, and that's it. It just, helps really,
So you love
relieve
judging,
any confusion. Yeah, it's great. And I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing, everyone's hard work, and I'm comfortable with that. A lot of people ask me, oh, am I going to compete? And I'm like, I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable, seeing everyone's hard work and just the immaculate physiques that are coming out. Like the quality is just crazy now, compared to 2010 where, bodies were great, but now it's just next level. Training's different. Coaches have stepped up. Posing focus is more, professional.
Yes.
Yeah, so people are investing a lot more into their competition, I guess.
No. Well, I can't imagine. I think sometimes, how do you pick them? Because I look at people on stage and go, this is complicated.
Sometimes it's very difficult.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because you're picking. Yeah. You're just hoping you're picking the right person sometimes too. You know what I mean?
And like I said, because they can all be hitting the criteria, but it's how well then they do that. And then that's where sometimes you're really splitting hairs and going, okay, well, this one's biceps are slightly bigger, this one's I don't.
Yeah, no, I've
you're
heard
really
that.
You have to scrutinise a bit more then.
I thought I'd ask this question only because you put it in here, right? You just, and I think people are going to be listening, right? And I think they always appreciate that so you have 2 dogs, you keep busy into the gym. You want to focus on your own family, hopefully have children soon, because you enjoy, being around family, nieces, nephews, and godchildren. And you mentioned something about, well, it hasn't happened yet. It's God's plan. What's going on there? Like what I mean by that is what's happening there is obviously that's very important to you, I know many women would be thinking that too.
Yes.
Is it probably is that kind of like where, besides coaching, teaching, judging, you seem like you have a lovely married life, which is, a blessing. Is it now for you to be able to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with someone vomiting on you?
Oh, well, my dog wakes me up at 2 in the morning all the time anyway. So I feel like I'm ready for it.
You're ready for it. You're ready for it.
I'm ready for it. The dog's crying. I want to go outside. I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, look, I love my sleep. So, but I get it. You make sacrifices. So, I mean, like I mentioned before, growing up, you sort of have a plan, you have your goals.
Yes.
I achieved my goals. I'd set my mind to something and be like, tick that off. get my teaching degree, get my PT degree, do this, do that. I kept very busy. I kept really busy in my 20s, juggling different jobs, PT, teaching. I even did coaching at the Institute of Fitness.
Oh.
I was always just wanting to, see if I could do that. Like, I want to do that. I'm going to see what I need to do that. So, and having a family, I guess, was something, but I never really focused on, I guess. And I mean, for some people, they're not focusing on it and it happens for them, which is a blessing. And my philosophy in life has always just been, things happen for a reason. But I guess at the point I am now, some things I think you need to actually invest time and heart into, like as in if you're keeping yourself busy all the time working, with other people, helping everyone with their needs, even family, supporting family, when are you actually having time for yourself?
Yeah, something you said, goals. I'll tell you something funny. Do you know, even myself, no, that's all right, even myself, no one knows, we talk about career, we talk about properties, we talk about traveling, we talk about ourselves, fun. And I think, like you mentioned, goals. No one realizes some people, when they're young, growing up, they think about family, having their own family. And I did. And I'm sure you do. Yeah. And I think it is an amazing, it's a great goal to have. Like I said, why people do it, why they don't, how it happens, how it doesn't happen, I don't know. I'm not here to. But something you just said, I think when I, like I said, I don't know this. I think when I wanted to have a family and I was in business and stressed, I then decided I just want to have a family. And I think I surrendered to that notion that we weren't talking about money. We weren't talking about travels. We weren't talking about myself. We stopped talking about immediate goals and just let go, no more goals.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, I'm not saying that's what it takes, but sometimes you just got to say no more goals. Like, I'm a part-time teacher. I train people. I judge. I don't want anything else. Meaning there's no more goals.
You're not chasing.
But
it's like you're constantly chasing.
You just stop chasing. And I think maybe that's, like I said, because you seem to be able to achieve your goals. I'm not saying this. Look, it's not, like a lot of things change in life in relation to, and I think you work over mind over matter. I think you're a very focused person. I think you visualize it. I think you energize it. I think you put mind into it. So like I said, I don't know, what I'm trying to say is, obviously it seems like very important because you've mentioned, it's actually mentioned twice here. And I think like most women would like to know, because they're probably thinking the same thing about, is it all about career? Is it all about, but I think the most important thing is you said when you were a kid, you had goals. And I think one of your goals is to have a family. I think we all have that. And when you achieve it, you'll be surprised that it's probably the quietest goal you ever achieve, because you don't go to people, I'm a parent.
Yeah,
it's like, but instead when you go, I bought a Lamborghini.
But it's sort of expected.
I bought a unit. I went traveling. I lost weight. Like all these goals, you scream them out loud. And when you have a family, no one screams it out loud. It's
interesting. And I guess because, it's, natural thing to happen. For a lot of people. And it's almost like it's an expected thing.
Yeah, that's right. And that puts the pressure on you as well.
And then, year after year after year, and then, I'm, sort of at a crucial point now where I don't have much time left, then it's more pressure. And then you do sort of look back at your life and go, well, was I meant to do something differently? Like, and not to say, I haven't been trying, like, I've been married for 5 years. So, it's definitely...
young marriage.
Definitely been on the cards, and just, like I said, not in God's plan. It hasn't happened earlier. So,
well, it's...
I think, again, whatever, when it's time or when it's meant to align, it will, for whatever reason. And I think look, my husband is also very high achieving, career driven, and I think with both of us like that, it can be difficult to just, just
lower the frequency.
Yeah, just enjoy life and really, I think, simplify life and just
I think
not be constantly like under stress and chasing goals. Like, still have your goals, but I think it's important to have time for one another as well.
I think
just enjoy life.
I think it's sometimes a conscious decision. Not to say, I'm just saying, because you can be high achiever, but there's got to be a moment where you say no more achieving, which means you let the body relax and say the next, couple of years or the next year, we're just going to coast. Like we don't have to tick bucket list items constantly. But if you want the body to relax, because your focus may be something else, but even though the main focus is what you want, and I don't know, that's what I'm just putting out there, people listening. But what I do know is, I don't know why, I don't understand how it works, why it works and why it doesn't work. And I know people go do tests, they go check their sperm count, and people check this count and that count, and they do IVF and they do all these things. But what I do know is, okay, I'll tell you what I do know. The only thing I know is stress and pressure doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a tip. All right, here you go. Everyone's going to get a tip.
Yes.
All right, Chris, you listening? When I decided that I was going to have a family, unfortunately with my ex-wife, not unfortunately about her, unfortunately that I have an ex-wife. I never wanted that in my life. Yeah. But I never told her. We never spoke about it, and there was no conversation. So what I'm trying to say is, if sex is becoming a reason to fall, let's say pregnant, from him or from you, whoever it is, you got to drop that. But one person has to stay. That's right,
because then they're still thinking about it.
Because one person has to have control. So what I'm saying is, I knew Giselle wasn't thinking about being pregnant, but I thought it's the right time, but I'm not going to talk about it because then we're going to be talking about it and saying,
then you're thinking about
then we're looking at the clock and we're looking at the proper thing and when to do it. Let's go have sex now. All right, over the kitchen table,
timing.
whatever it is.
Oh, God.
But what I'm getting at is, don't talk about it.
It's interesting.
And don't talk to him about it.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? I know,
and
it's
and just fuck the shit out of each other. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm getting at is, we're not monetized yet, so I can swear as much as I want. When we start monetizing, I'm going to have to get the language out. But the thing is, people are going to laugh. Maybe they're going to listen to this, but I'm not a relationship expert. Oh, I could be a relationship expert, but I'm no sex guide. What I'm trying to say is, when you're talking about it with everyone and friends, and everyone's talking, you've got to go covert. You got to say, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And because, wogs, ethnics, what they talk, oh, you should be, oh, you poor thing. They don't know how they destroy you. Your grandmother destroys you. Your mother destroys you because they just destroy you. But the thing they don't realise that they destroy you with love. That's what they do. But the thing
love you.
Yeah, but the thing is, you shouldn't talk at all with each other about it. Stop the conversation and just one person stick to whatever they're thinking, keep it to themselves. Him and you. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't talk. Don't even say, I'm ovulating, let's go. Or he's this, like literally he should look after his end of the bargain. You look after your end of the bargain. So let's say Giselle, maybe she was thinking it at the same time. I don't know. I never asked her.
Yeah.
But I said...
But you just connected.
I just said, we just got married. We lived together for 5 years.
Yeah.
Never did contraception, never got pregnant. Because I knew how to work it, by the way. I'm just saying. When I say And no, when I say I knew how to work it, I knew... Timings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when we got married, then I got into business. No, I got into business. And that was stressful. Then I got married.
Yeah.
And then a year later I said, no, now's the time. So I knew we were live together for 5 years. got into business,
Yeah.
got married, so I knew it's only fair that this happens next.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter.
You found that level of contentment, I guess, maybe.
But what I found was it was like, but I didn't say, I think we should have a family now. I didn't say to her, we just did. She goes, and I was surprised when she told me. She goes, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
I went, wow.
Nice.
Okay, there you go. And the second one, we were planning it a little bit because we had my daughter for 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
So the first time and I thought, she won't conceive, and she didn't. But the second month she did. But what I'm getting at is, we didn't talk about it. Now, I don't know if she was thinking the same way as I was, but then I realised that's what happens. People talk too much about it. They're just talking.
Yeah, and sometimes
and
too
you're
much,
planning,
and you just
and he
gotta
knows.
let it go.
He's now on top of you thinking, I've got to get this girl pregnant, when he should be saying, this is sexy, I love it.
Stressing out.
Like, oh, this is so good. What am I going to do to her next? Or you as well. What am I going to do to him next? And oh my God, this is amazing. And
Just have fun.
Just have fun. Pull the car over. Let's have fun. Like, but everything is like, it's like everyone's in the back of their mind hoping, and you got to, the part that you got to let go of and just go, I'm just going to have fun with my partner, and he's not going to know a thing, and we're not going to talk about it, and I'm not going to think about it. All I'm going to focus on is the orgasm. And that's it.
And that's
so
it.
That's what I'm saying, is because I think that's what happens. And I'm just saying, I don't think some people don't talk about it. It just happens, and you wonder why does it just happen? Because no one's talking about it.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You just don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's
not even
interesting.
to each other, not even over the table.
Everyone's got a story, I guess. Yeah, like you said, it happens for some people and they least expect it, and then you've got the ones that really want it so bad it's not, and it's the thinking about it.
But that's what I'm saying, is you've made the action part of the thinking, and you've got to disengage, and also you've got to go CIA. He's got to not know what you're thinking, and you should not know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And if he's like I said, try being covert and don't talk to each other. Don't talk to each other about it at all.
Yeah, it's just really...
And try it for a couple of months, see what happens. But I don't talk... Try forever, but don't talk about it. Do not...
Yeah, like you said, it's just surrendering to it.
Just know, but you have a plan.
Not thinking
it doesn't
about
matter that you... It doesn't matter you are thinking you want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Just don't tell him that. And don't let him tell,
then
don't let him tell
pressure.
you what he wants to do to you.
Everyone gets nervous.
Yeah, like that's your agree, Chris? Mm-hmm. Don't talk to each other about it. If his intention is to get you pregnant, shut the fuck up and just act and get in there and do the work.
Yeah, that's it.
You as well. Don't talk about it. I think people, that's what happens. They talk about it and the stress and that's what I mean. But everything else, you don't talk so much about it, and it seems to happen. I've got a job promotion. Oh, I didn't know you went for a job because we didn't talk about it.
Well, that's it. Sometimes things just,
Yeah, so don't talk about it. All right?
Come your way.
I think we go over the body now. I think we've gone through everything. So let's go over the body. We start finishing up now, okay?
Great.
So make sure you send me that answer, whatever it was in question later.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Let's go over the body, okay? Body part, I'm going to mention, and exercise reps and sets. So, in other words, I'm going to say a body part. You're going to tell me one exercise, sets and reps. So, I'll give you an example. So, give me traps. Do you train traps? Does anyone? No. Okay.
Yep.
Delts, side delt exercise.
Yeah. So, side raises, or they call them lateral raises.
Sets and reps.
Sets and reps, 3 to 4 sets. Probably do 12 reps.
Okay. Front delts.
Front, it's a tricky one. So you can either do front raises. I like doing front raises with a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you go slightly higher than shoulders. That's a nice one.
Sets and reps. I like it with a bar.
Yeah, let's go. Because I normally go a bit heavier and go 3 sets, 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rear delts.
Rear. Oh, there's a few you can do for that one as well. I mean, face pulls are always good. Face pulls or seated reverse fly for rear delts. Yeah, that's a good
sets
one.
And reps.
Lock in. Let's go 4 sets, 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lats.
Lats, big muscle group. Yeah, you definitely go 4 sets. You can go wide lat pull down.
Yep.
T-bar rows, nice as well.
Sets and reps.
But yeah, lat pull down more for lats. Let's go 4 sets of 12.
Okay. Chest.
I don't train chest much, but yeah, let's go incline dumbbell chest press. Yeah, I like dumbbell.
Sets and reps.
Let's go 3 sets of 12.
Okay. Abs.
Not much chest. Abs. Oh, I love V crunch, sometimes if you've got the machine, or hanging leg raises.
Yep.
Yes, it's good when you've got hands in contact with the bar.
Sets and reps.
Go 3 times 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bicep.
Bicep incline dumbbell curl.
Mhm.
Yeah, 3 times 12, 10 to 12.
Okay. Tricep.
Tricep rope push down.
Yep.
So cable push down.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sets
I
and
like
reps.
to go a bit higher with those ones. About 15 reps, 3 to 4 sets.
Okay. You probably don't train forearms. Just put it in
Nah, I find your forearms are just with everything, your grip, everything just gets
quads.
worked. Quads, leg extension. Yeah, sometimes even going high. I like to mix the reps with that as well. So do 4 sets of 12 or go 3 sets of 20.
Okay. Hammies.
Hammies, love hammies. Lying leg curl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sets and reps.
let's go 4 sets of 12.
Glutes.
Glutes. Hip thrust is a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, barbell hip thrust.
Sets and reps.
Oof, again, you could change with that as well. Go 4 sets of 12 to 15.
Calves.
Calves. Smith machine calf raise.
Sets and reps.
Yeah. 3 times 15.
Tibialis.
Nah, don't
Nah,
train that.
Well, time to promote yourself. Tell us where we can find you, any sponsors you might have, whatever it is.
Perfect. So aimforfitness.com.au is my website. So with the number 4. Also Mel Fury Fit page. I've also got my Aim for Fitness _ page for all the training and coaching updates. And yeah, I've got booking links on my Instagram. So Mel Fury Fit, there's all my links there. Booking a call if you want to have a consult on coaching, online, face-to-face. That's pretty much where we get started. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on the podcast. It's
Thank
been
you
amazing.
so much for having me.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Hey guys, another podcast done with another wonderful guest. They're all greats, no matter who they are. So, to continue what we're doing and to keep supporting you and bringing the very best, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further. We really appreciate the support, and to go and find more all around the world. Bring them here to Muscle Talks podcast and share real, raw, and honest conversation around a sport we love, bodybuilding. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for watching all podcasts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and continue watching us here on YouTube or listening to us here on Spotify.